I want you screaming at us.
I amped it up, and I have a tendency, even when I call a wrap-up show, I say a million things at once because if I don't get everything out, you hang up after the initial comment. I have no recourse to sort of like follow up. But hey, look, truth be told, Howard is responsible for a vast majority of the subscribers, and he brings in so much money. And I think it's a really lame excuse on his part that I mean, he seems proud of the fact that he doesn't know what Robin makes. Why wouldn't he want to know what Robin makes? Not to get into her business, but just given that he has the most power, just make sure that people that are so integral to the show are making adequate salaries. And listen, I don't know for a fact what Artie makes, but given that I listened to every minute of the show, there have been some hints. And given that he goes out as much as he does and he seems miserable about it, I think he's trying to make up for, he loves the show and participating in it, but how can a guy that's so integral to the show, he's so funny, how is he not making more money? And Howard, how does he not feel the responsibility of making sure that the crew, I mean, look, Fred made a point on the after show that, hey, you know, Howard could read the phone book and be all alone. He's that great of a broadcaster. Hey, you know what? That's such an exaggeration. Howard's a major talent, but he is dependent upon the people around him. And it's not just his day in, day out crew. I think he's cheap with the whack pack. They call up begging. These are dysfunctional people.
Oh, Tommy, hold on.
Now you're talking crazy.
First of all, you see, I didn't hang up. I let you get everything out, okay?
Now, you know what you're going to say, but don't hang up. You're going to say something that's wrong, and I want to have a chance to call you out on it.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Here's the thing. I don't hear a lot of people around here complaining about their jobs and what they do or asking for more money. Now, granted, I'm like one of the rookies around here, and I haven't been through, I wasn't there in the terrestrial days, but everybody seems pretty happy with what they do. That's number one. Number two, you can call this sucking up to Howard. I really don't care. Howard has an unbelievable ability to make anybody in that studio more interesting. So everybody's very good at their job, some better than others, but if you surround him with anybody, he's going to make them interesting. That's his talent. That's his gift. So I'm not saying he doesn't need anyone, but it's the Howard Stern show. I mean, he's the guy who makes everything click. So, and I think that the way he treats everybody around here is fair. And if he doesn't want to get into what everybody else is making, and that's his prerogative. I mean, he's not here necessarily, he's here to entertain. He's here to have a good time on the radio. Of course he wants to make a lot of money doing it, but if he doesn't want to know what JD's making or what I'm making or what anybody's making here, that's his choice. And
he's already got a million things to think about, dude.
Did he call Fred like his bro? Fred's been around forever. Fred has said that, you know what, if the show ended tomorrow, he's not in a position to retire. And Fred strikes me as a guy who's careful with his money. I could be wrong. That's just a hunch. And what I'm saying is for a guy that's been so closely involved in a show that generates millions upon millions of dollars, it's surprising to me that Fred couldn't walk away. I don't think it's that he lives such a lavish lifestyle. It's that he's got a young daughter and he couldn't necessarily retire. So, and you make it seem like, gee, it would be a second job for Howard to, like, when negotiations come around, just say, you know what, I want to make sure. I mean, here's the guy that claims he knows so much about radio. I'm sure right off the top of his head, he has an idea of what a guy like Bowie should make as a producer, what Robin should make, what Artie should make. And I'm just saying that it's a shame that I don't think it's just particular to me. Artie is an insane talent that, yeah, maybe Howard provides them with this forum to do all these things, but he's not coming away with nearly enough money.
Why are you so worried about?
Yeah, Tom.
Why are you so worried about what Artie makes? I mean, why do you care?
You work for a guy that seems to care about so much. Look, whatever. Why do I care?
Tommy, anybody has the option to get up and leave. Artie could walk. Fred could walk. Robin could walk. JD could walk. No one is, they don't have to stay if they're not happy with their money. I think Fred, he's not here. I'm not going to speak for him, but something tells me he makes a pretty good living, as does Robin, as does almost everybody else on the show. And what everybody makes in the back, everyone's got different living circumstances. And when you go and speculate, like, why doesn't Fred have any money? Who knows? Maybe Fred spends all of his money. You can't make those jumps. I got to hang up on you, Tommy, because I got other callers.
Final point, and it's ironclad. Howard could not let go of the fact when Joey Fatone was on, he's like, how could ABC make all these millions off this show and they cheap out the celebrities that participate?
Okay, so you think Howard's being hypocritical?
It's the same principle. His name generates millions of dollars, and the people that participate, granted, Fred would not have made nearly enough money in his career without Howard, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to get you for pennies on the dollar.
Okay.
I love you guys. You take it easy.
Take it easy, Tommy. Look, fair point, but as someone told me a long time ago, never spend other people's money. What Howard wants to do with his money is his business. And again, if people don't want to be here, they can leave, or they can, negotiate or do whatever they have to do. Let's take another call. I'm frustrated by this one, so let's take a caller we love to talk to. Hi, Ralph.
Hey, now.
Hey. Hello.
I got derailed by that dumb guy.
I mean, was I saying anything that didn't make sense there?
No. Yeah. I mean, who knows how much? I mean, I'm sure, but I'm sure whatever Fred makes is not enough. I mean, he's an integral part of the show, and Robin and all these people who make up the show, the sum of the parts. But the bottom line is, and I've said it before, everybody could disappear, including Robin, Fred, Gary, everybody, and Howard could work other people into whatever he does. He just has an incredible ability to just be, when he talks, you just want to listen. That's right. The bottom line.
And do you agree? I mean, he makes everyone in that studio 1,000 times more interesting as they may already be.
Yeah, because of the way he's interested in them. I go back to when I first started working with Howard, and I would be in a situation, and then I'd hear him talk about it on the air. He'd be telling the story, and I thought, something that happened. Oh, this happened. And I'm listening and go, wow, that sounds really interesting. I wish I was there. And I was like, wait, I was there. But, he tells it in such a way that, it's just, he doesn't lie, but he just makes it so much more interesting.
Ralph, did you want to weigh in on the Stamos stuff and that whole stuff?
Yeah, I think you guys, I'm going to do you a favor and cut off all the speculation so you don't get mired down in it for 45 minutes of the wrap-up show.
I don't really care.
Go ahead.
No, I know. I don't mean about Ralph. I meant about the whole story. I know, whatever. I'm sorry.
I wasn't really talking to you, JD, but
thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Ralph.
I don't, it was a time in the relationship when Howard's not that kind of guy. And he had just started seeing Beth, and I think what he's saying is very true. He was around a little, they were playing around, and then when it got down to, pulling the trigger, it's just not something he does.
Right.
And he was brand new with Beth, and you see, I mean, he's going to marry her. It's just, she just wasn't some random, scores chick or something like that.
Ralph, let me ask you something. Let's say, and I agree with you, but if Beth wanted to go there for whatever reason, would Howard have then gone there, you think, or?
I don't know. For whatever happened and why it stopped and how it stopped is a testament to their relationship, how they're both on the same wavelength.
Right.
They both kind of said, "What are we doing?" and stopped. As far as I know, and I'm 99.9% sure that, things didn't get crazy. Maybe, people got half naked and got in a hot tub or whatever Howard's saying here and there. And, nobody was anybody. Nobody was, blowing anybody
The
up.
only people that got to the audience.
No, Artie, I'm saying
because we need a story here, man. Make something up for Christmas.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything happened. I think it's just something that people like to speculate and people get all excited about, but it's just not there.
But Ralph, like I was saying to Howard today, if it wasn't Howard and it was Howard was in the seat that he sits in as the host of the show, and it was, say, me or Artie or anybody,
right?
He'd be pounding away on it.
Well, look, I believe him, Ralph, but we're busting his balls.
Yeah.
A guy tells you that, you got a supermodel naked. Every kid that went to high school with a guy who's had a supermodel naked in his hot tub.
I think he's an idiot. I mean, I don't care who was with me. I would have jumped into that situation in a second.
But don't you think it's weird that every single time that story is told, a new tiny fact comes out? Today's fact is that
touched Rebecca's tit.
I just think he gets more comfortable telling the story. You know, at first he didn't want to
which
say
means he's not telling the whole truth when he tells it.
No, I think he is. I mean, like I was saying, I'm 99.9% sure that either John would have filled me in a bit more, or Howard would have filled me in a bit more.
Now, Gary's right. The rap is always like Howard starts telling the story and he'll mention stuff that you know, and casually he'll throw in well, he'll go like, and then Rebecca was there, she was naked, and then for some reason, I don't know, Mayr-Kate-Olsen was out of nowhere. She was sitting there. You're like, what?
I will bet a huge chunk of change that the story is never going to go to Rebecca, or She Blew Me, or John to Beth, or anything. Howard's not that guy. You guys know that. Yeah, he's not a crazy party guy.
Yeah, but you got Rebecca Romijn there naked.
Right. The other thing is
you're touching her.
You don't understand. Like when John. Like I was saying when Saget called in, or Saget was on, I called in. But John just has this thing where he just likes to get chicks naked, and nothing might happen. Like you go to his house and there's like chicks in the pool naked, but nobody's home right there.
That's like saying Barry Bonds likes hitting home runs, but he hates rounding the bases. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
At some point,
he gets them naked, and then what does he do?
The other thing, Ralph, is. When you guys talk about, when you guys talk about how Howard had this apparently ridiculously wild single period of time before Beth, right?
Yeah.
And whenever we talk about, like, you guys won't, I mean, I know some of the people, but I don't know some of the details.
Right.
And whenever I talk about it, you or Howard, they just go, ooh, 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 ooh. Like it was this crazy wild time. So was Howard wild or not?
Howard was wild in the sense of, you know how he gets into something and makes it like a job, whether it's chess or like running or something, and he's got to get the best sneakers and and get a chess teacher and all that. He dived into pussy, and it was like a job. Like he'd call me at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Goes, well, what's going on? What are you doing? What's going on? Like, I don't know. It's not, Well, I'll see. I'll tell you in like 8 hours when it's dark.
You want to go to brunch? You know any hot brunches?
No, he was just attacking it, and it was like exhausting. I was like, I couldn't keep up with him.
Hey, Rob, I heard a story. Tell me if this is true. I heard that at the beginning when Howard first got single and started figuring out going out, that he would call and want to go to the club at like 9 o'clock, and you guys would be like, "We can't go." And it's like, "I don't give a. Let's just go."
This isn't Milwaukee. The club's not rocking.
I'll tell you something funny. I can close my eyes and picture this. He would, he'd want to go to dinner at like 5 o'clock, like me and Ross would be like, what the 5 o'clock? All right, maybe 6 o'clock. So we'd go to dinner, and then it's like club time, when you're done with dinner, like a 3-hour dinner at most. It's like 9, 10 o'clock. It's like, there's nothing going to be going on in the club. And I was like, we're going to go. So we go to a club. There's nobody in the club, but, of the, maybe 20, 30 people scattered around. They all kind of moved in on Howard. So it was actually a scene even at like 10 o'clock with him. You know what I mean?
It would have looked hot if you were in a 4x4 room packed with just the 20 people there. But were some of those people hot broads or just annoying guys?
Yeah. No. Yeah, definitely.
And then would Howard pick up a chick, leave, and then you guys were like, would that happen or?
Well, yeah. I mean, that would definitely happen where I don't know if Howard was picking up a chick or whatever happened. For whatever the reason, he would leave, and, then the bill would come, people would leave, it's like, oh.
That's when Ralph leaves.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Over. Hey, Ralph, have you ever been in a situation where, you go to a club, Howard Stern's there, the velvet rope opens, the bottle of Cristal comes out, the club is thrilled to have you, and then for whatever reason, Howard needs to leave, but it's still early. Like, do they say, can you guys get out of here now? Like, when Howard leaves and you guys stay, what happens?
Yeah, well, I mean, not thrown out of the club, but I can remember sort of like, hey, we need the table.
Right.
I've had friends of mine the last few years, talk about obnoxious. They know I don't want to go out because of my schedule, but they've asked me to walk them into clubs.
Right.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
I've actually done that a couple of times. And then one time I walked them in on like a Wednesday night. Where did they want to go? Not Lotus or one of those meat packing places. It might have been Lotus.
Right.
Or is Lotus in the meat packing district?
Lotus is there. Yeah.
So and first of all, it's a 50-50 shot with me. It's not like Jack Nicholson walking in. It's not a slam dunk.
Yeah.
So, but this time I happened to get them in. I stayed for like 10 minutes. I left and they immediately got escorted out. Like
they threw him out? What'd they do?
What they did, they said, where's Artie? Some people wanted to send him over like a bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever, like, cause a bottle of Jack Daniels is like $400, right. And some people saw me walk in and they wanted to buy that for me. So the club's like, oh wow, maybe someone will buy it. It's a way to make money. And then I'm gone. And one of my idiot friends said, yeah, no, he left. And it's like, all right, pal, so are you.
I tell you,
I never got thrown out when Howard left. But.
Those clubs have such a pecking order, and it is so dehumanizing. I went to the Limelight once in like the late '80s, and I was sitting there, and
when it was the church.
Yeah,
that place was great.
It was great, and I got there early, and the guy was a huge fan. The guy that was in charge of the VIP room, so kissing my ass, it puts me in this great couch and everything. And then it starts to get later, and more people come, and I'll never forget. He goes, excuse me, Gary, I need you to move. Todd Rundgren's here.
That is the worst, because I have been told, like, we need this now. We need this table. We need this area. So it's like, get the fuck out of here.
It depends on at Sweet 16 once, I actually had to get up for Jeter. That was fine. I was fine with that.
It's weird when they tell you why you have to move, though.
Yeah.
Can they just say, I'm sorry, we need this table? I didn't have to tell me it was for Todd Rundgren.
But, it's weird because the guy, right, when the guy recognizes you, too, so he knows you're sort of a celebrity.
Right.
And he's like, look, a way better celebrity's coming in. And this guy was nice. He goes, look, Derek Jeter's coming.
It's so funny you mentioned
It's
so funny you mentioned Sweet 16. I got that rap once. I was there and I was supposed to move. Like one of these guys was saying, you gotta move. And I can get belligerent sometimes, believe it or not. And I'm like, I'm not moving. And I was like, I'm sitting here. I'll get up in a few minutes. Like this big bouncer comes. You don't want. It's embarrassing for to get thrown. And then all of a sudden, Mariah Carey sits down next to me.
You know what happened to me? I have a similar story, but in the stand-up thing. You know how stand-ups, there's a definite pecking order there where if you're doing a spot at a club in New York and, Robin Williams walks in, you're getting bumped,
right.
And I've finally gotten to the status where I could bump people, and I still hate doing that because I remember in 1993 I became a regular at the comic strip.
Artie, what do you mean? You come in and that person has to stop, or
no.
move the order?
Like say there's a guy on stage, right, and you're next.
Right.
Robin Williams walks in, you're not next anymore. He's next.
Right. Okay.
And then he'll do I've seen this happen. He'll do an hour and 10 minutes of his, and then you have to go up there, and it's just forget it. So, like in 1993, I got bumped a bunch of times at the comic strip by Ellen Cleghorn.
Oh my God.
Really, it's just, and you develop a lifelong hatred for these people. So, a couple of years ago, I'm at the comic strip. I'm doing a Wednesday night spot. It was like a benefit. It was the night before the Video Music Awards. Chris Rock was hosting the Video Music Awards. So I knew a bunch of stand-ups who were writing for him. So Rock, when he does that, they give him his jokes and he goes out to clubs and does the monologue at clubs to see what works and what doesn't. I'm on stage at the comic strip. It's like 10:30 on a Wednesday. The place was packed. And I was supposed to do a 15-minute set, and I'm killing. I'm like 10 minutes into it, and I see the manager in my peripheral vision go, get off. I see the light. He's going, get off stage. I'm like, all right, somebody big's probably here. I look around, and I see Jeff Ross on the side of the stage.
Jeffrey Ross, who most people would know
from the Roast.
And he's been on our show a bunch.
Unbelievably talented guy, a friend of mine, great joke writer, but honestly, he's like a peer of mine,
at best.
Right. Okay. So I get pissed at the club guy and the light guy, and I'm like, I'm not getting no stage for Jeff Ross. I'm not getting no stage for Jeff Ross. So they continue to go crazy. They're jumping up and down, and now I get belligerent. I did a half an hour instead of the 15 minutes. I said, I'm going over now. Not only am I not getting off at 10, I'm going 15 minutes over, and people, like the one manager's sweating with a red face, like literally, if he had a gun, he would have shot me. So I got off stage, I leave, and I crushed. I was like really, I almost got like a standing ovation. My anger must have came out. And I walk, and I expect to have a confrontation with Ross. Like I'm going to say to him, Jeff, look, we're friends, and what are you doing? I look to my right to the right of Ross is Chris Rock. Ross was writing jokes for him for the VMAs, and he takes the writers out with him, and Ross was there because he was writing. That's the rudest thing. Yeah. Like, he could have had me escorted out of show business, you know.
Chris Rock should have smiled so you could have seen him.
Well, what an awfully racist joke to tag this with. But, so the owner, the guy who managed the comic strip, 𝗦𝗁𝗲𝗿𝗱, remember that guy?
Yes, I know Lucien, sure.
Arrogant type of guy. It took me years to pass there because he thought my humor was homophobic and also but really, Rock wasn't mad, or maybe Rock didn't even notice. Other people were mad for him. Right. He went on stage and he destroyed, of course, but the guy was mad at me, Lucien. Right. May he rest in peace. He's not alive anymore. But he really held a grudge against me for a long time. And I explained to him the situation. I said, "Isn't this a funny story?" And he was real like, I don't know, he's such a in a lot of ways.
We should talk about the whole comedy thing on stage. This is a great, with the Killers of Comedy, there's like 7 guys, or if Artie takes a bunch of guys on, there's like 7 guys, and there's a lot of time that you're supposed to go on, and there's comedy etiquette. Artie will say, if the show's on, like, Shuli, I need you to do 8 minutes. Sal, I need you to do 10 minutes, whatever. And there's guys, and I'll say his name, Craig Gass, is notorious for ignoring, there's a light. Yeah. This is what comedians see. It's a light.
A red light.
A red light. Sometimes they put on, sometimes if you're ignoring it, they turn it off and on.
That's
you know what I mean? And Craig would go on because I'd seen it all the time. The guys would complain, please don't make me go behind Craig because he's going to do half an hour. He never knows when to get off. And I would see Craig get off, and Craig would go, what are you talking about? I did 9 minutes. Right. And we'd say, look at your watch. It's been a half an hour. And he would always say he didn't see the light. It's the funniest thing.
In Gass's defense, he can really kill sometimes and crush. He does those amazing impressions. But if you're headlining, remember the show? Okay, this is a perfect example. Remember the show we did in the Agora Hills in L.A.? So that was a big show. The station in L.A. got behind it. I had to close the night. And Gary came out to introduce me, and there's like 5 guys on there. Gass went on right before me. He's supposed to do 10 minutes. Right. He did 28 minutes. Okay, and he got off stage. I said, Greg, what business are you in? You did. He goes, no, I did about 10. I said, a tight 10. A tight 10. I said, you did a half an hour. It was like a special or something. And
but isn't that when you're doing that? I mean, don't you sort of go with the flow? I mean, if you're killing, you want to ride that wave.
Craig wants to ride the wave, but everybody's there to see Artie. There's a certain pecking order.
Well, not only that, not just necessarily to see me, but you want to see a sort of flowing, even out show, and there's a reason you time it out. It's a show,
Are you totally just stewing in the back? Like, have you ever pulled anybody off stage or had somebody, like taken off? Somebody pissed you off?
No, one time I was so drunk, Levy booked 4 shows in one night in Boca Raton at Boca Nuts. In Boca Raton, and by the last show, I was so ossified, and I was so like fall down drunk that 3 minutes into Levy's set, I walked on stage. Now the crowd sees me like, hey, and I stumbled over to him. Bob didn't know what to do, and I got him in the headlock, and I said, "Get off stage right now." So Levy then did a few more minutes, wrapped up, and then let me go on stage because I said I would have passed out and been or something. I couldn't have done it, and that's the only time I ever did that.
I had an interesting incident, Stuttering John's wedding, right? Outside on the beach. He hires this band, this really good band to play.
Was this the Jackie?
Yeah. And everybody sort of gets, everybody's sort of getting up and maybe making a toast or whatever, but really the band is there. It's this band called the Nerds, and they do like great cover versions of everything, and it's a party band. And they have a set that they go through.
The Nerds is a great band.
They're a great band. They'll do everything from like House of Pain's Jump Around to Bon Jovi, and they sound great and everything. So Jackie decides he wants to get up and he wants to do one of those bad, I don't know whether it's Louie,
the pop song,
or no, he wants to do like some old, some old 50s song or whatever. So he gets up and then he gives the band the signal to slow down and go low, where Jackie's now going to either start telling jokes or rapping. And he was really drunk, and it was going, and it was going, and I know that a couple of people walked up and tried to talk to him, and I remember John came to me and he goes, Gary, he's ruining my wedding. You have to help me. And I remember going up and I tried to talk to Jackie, and he put me in a headlock because he thought I was there to goof around with him. He didn't even know. And then I went to talk to him again, and he pushed me away. We have the whole thing on video. And then I got him the last time, and I grabbed him and I go, Jackie, you gotta get off. And he looked at me like he felt really bad. He looked really surprised that he had hijacked a good 45 minutes of the wedding.
Well, one of my favorite shows ever was the Monday after John's wedding. Your recap of all that.
Oh, when Jackie passed out?
Yeah.
We hit him in the head with the door?
That was hilarious.
All right. Well, Ralph, thank you for setting the record straight with what happened, what you think happened that night.
Well, yeah, as far my best guess, which I think is pretty much dead on.
Okay. We'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Bye now. All right. We got a bunch of calls on this. I might as well take one. Joe in Vermont, you're on the wrap-up show.
What's happening? So we got to talk about something. When Saget said it, there was a pause, and I felt like Tiger Woods was putting the ball on the tee for Artie, and Artie just totally fussed out. Bob Saget's favorite comic is Dane Cook, and Artie sits there and says nothing about it. He talks about his good work ethic. Are you kidding me? Well, I know how pissed off Artie is about Bob Saget, about Dane Cook doing commercials for baseball in October. After Artie did one.
I'm mad about that too.
Oh, it makes me sick to see that faggot have to do a commercial about baseball. And then here's Artie like totally talking about his work ethic. Come on, bro.
Listen, I tried to take the high road there. Not every interview has to be a confrontation of me. I mean, Howard doesn't want me to go off on a bashing Dane Cook tangent, and I don't really bash him a lot. His comedy's not my cup of tea. The fact that he's doing the baseball commercials aggravates the shit out of me, but, I was trying to think of something positive to say, and he doesn't drink. He's got a good work ethic. I don't know.
Mike Mussina of comedy right now. He's weak.
The Mike Mussina of comedy. Nice.
I do know, a promoter I work with all the time in New England told me that Dane Cook obviously sells more tickets than anybody, but his crowd is bad for a club because a lot of them are like 13-year-old girls go to see him. He's like a Tiger Beat kind of comic, and they don't drink,
I got so upset the other day. My 9-year-old son grabs me and drags me over to the computer to YouTube to show me this really funny guy who's doing this really funny bit about Kool-Aid. And I don't, do you know that bit? And it's all animated and everything. And I'm like, Lucas, this guy's not funny. And he goes, yeah, he is. But it made me think, like, if a 9-year-old thinks it's funny, how funny could it be?
Oh, Ted loves him.
Do you really, Ted?
No way. It's something slipped. It was like a Freudian thing.
Who's up? Any Dane Cook fans in here?
I make jokes. I'm always like, he's like, oh, well, then I'll fire you. I'm like, good, I'll go work for Dane Cook.
No, it's a joke. It's deeper than that.
Well, Meredith's one of the interns. Meredith, are you a Dane Cook fan?
I'm not a Dane Cook fan. I don't really see the appeal. A lot of girls think he's really hot, but he doesn't really do it for me.
Chicks love him. He does kill, too, and chicks love him. Again, a lot of comics really have a vicious bitterness against them. I'm not like that.
I don't have a vicious bitterness.
I respect the guy's business model that he created with the internet. Right. The guy's a successful guy.
But be honest.
He's got a movie career out of it.
You don't talk about the great comedians of all time and say you respect their business model.
Right. Well, listen. The fact of the matter is, do you realize he is literally the single most successful, as far as ticket sales, the single most successible comic of all time is Dane Cook.
Okay, and I'll wait another year, and he won't be anymore.
If somebody does that, I respect that, but you know, and I hate when guys come on because it's clearly like a jealousy thing. Like, oh, I hate him. He's a fag. He sucks. A, I'm sure he enjoys a pussy like me and you. And, B, you know, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't hate him, but it bothers me that somebody became so big off the internet without substance. In other words, if there's plenty of comedians that I don't find funny, and he's one of them, and it's not that big a deal to me, but there's substance missing, and he's like a rock star. For some reason, that annoys me.
Yeah. Well, his fans would argue that because they yell out and, like, you know, I mean, just like, you know, any comic that does business, people have fans.
Don't you feel this? Oh, good.
No, I was just going to say, instead of people, like, I was watching some of his HBO special, you don't hear people laughing, you hear like girls screaming like they're having an orgasm, you know.
I must say
that
weird. That special was weird. If I was him, first of all, I would have done it in a way more intimate spot. Secondly, yeah, you want your HBO special to kill. Like, he's not killing. It's weird. But hey, look, man,
he's selling tickets anyway.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you know, I sell a lot of tickets, and he dwarfs my business. It's crazy, you know.
Is it like in music when, like, there's a pop star who's selling millions and millions of records, and you just don't get why? You know, like you know, the music doesn't sound great. You don't.
Music for me, there's countless examples of people I don't like that are hugely successful.
Please, you just described 84 through 87 and the Backstreet Boys.
No,
I mean, really, you would look at them and go, "What is that?" But that you could chalk up to, you know, every generation has its teeny bopper idol. Like that you could chalk up. It's more like he's a comedian, and I never heard of a teeny bopper comedian before.
Yeah. No, that's true. That is a unique thing. He's not really edgy, you know. A lot of people like comics who are edgy, but look, Jerry Seinfeld isn't edgy at all. And
but he's unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
Dane Cook sold out the Garden twice.
Yes.
In one night?
In one night. The night after I played Carnegie Hall. Now, again, look, Carnegie Hall's 3,200 seats, and because I'm on the show and everything, I sold it out quickly, and that was like a big deal for me. And then it's like, talking to the other people in the festival, they're like, well, Dane Cook sold 36,000 tickets in a night. But again, the comedy club owners that I've talked to, if you're going to do a club, it's not a great money night for them because they got to pay him a lot. And he literally has 80% of the audience, like 70%, they said, doesn't drink. They don't drink either to like him or they're too young to drink.
But I find myself, sometimes I'm in the car, I'll be in the SUV with like 6 12-year-olds. And I get into arguments with them. They'll go, Dane Cook's funny. I go, no, he's not. He's not funny. Tell me a funny bit he does. And then they get on do the bit, and I'll go, that's not funny.
Well, he is the biggest guy.
I love you challenging Jackson's baseball team.
I do. But I almost want to go, of course you think that's funny. You're 12.
People do talk more about what he sells in his business prowess more than his bits. Like when Kinison was huge, Dice, everyone knew those poems. Everyone knew Kinison's Live Where the Food Is, and everyone knew Eddie Murphy's. But with him, they just talk about the money, not exactly the comedy. I don't know.
All right. Let's shift gears and talk a little bit about ping pong, which seemed to be the highlight of today's show. Artie, were you surprised at how you fared today on the table?
Well, listen, again, everything I thought of saying after the Robin thing would have sounded, I guess, because I was about to say, like, Robin was pretty good for a girl, you know.
You really think you need to be a dude to win at ping pong?
No, the point was, you know, and look, there's great chick athletes who could beat me in everything, I get it, but normally, if you're playing ping pong with a bunch of friends, mixed couples and stuff, or if you're playing basketball, or if you're in a full softball game or shooting pool and a girl goes, I want to play, and these faggot guys let them play, like in a softball game, we're supposed to, like, I'll give her another strike. No, don't give her another strike. She struck the out. No, don't be a douchebag. Like, no, then why are we even playing if we're not taking it seriously? When a chick plays catch, 90% of the time they throw, you know, like a gay guy, like Sal throws, like these guys throw, like Jason, and the ball goes 8 feet over your head, and you're like, you're not allowed to go, you just threw it over my head. You're supposed to go, that's great, Jenny. Right. If they're good looking, maybe, but I'm not tolerating an ugly broad with a bad arm.
Were you surprised Howard beat you?
Yes. That pisses me off, too. No, I don't know. It was up to 5. You know, he's got a good serve.
Teddy, hit number 1 so we can hear Howard defeat Artie.
Oh, this is. I'm leaving.
What am I doing here?
I win! 5-4, I win!
How old is he?
Good game, Art.
You should have stuck with me, Artie. You should have played me best 2 out of 3.
You want to go anal ring toss?
Come on, let's go anal ring toss right now. Best out of 3.
Who's holding that stick?
Wow, that was an intense game. I feel pressure. Artie, that was a lot of pressure. I came back. I'll never play another game again. I hate it.
Now, do you guys get into situations where it doesn't matter what you're playing, you gotta win?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, does everybody on this show have that personality, you think? Like, who's just, it's just good for
Howard and Robin. Certainly, like Robin, you could tell. I don't know if she expected to win or not, but after she lost, you could tell she's very sensitive to needling about it.
Right.
And Howard, clearly, my God, I mean, he's nuts. But I guess that's why he's successful. I mean, he's got that competitive nature. You know where I have a complex about my intelligence. Like, people think I'm stupid a lot of the times because I didn't graduate from high school, and I'm very defensive about that. So if I'm in a game of Scrabble, like with I have a couple of buddies who went to college, and sometimes I feel they can be sort of patronizing or condescending with shit. I get really mad if I lose in Scrabble to somebody like that, but like with sports, I don't think I have much to prove. I mean, what are you going to do?
I get crazy with, like, especially if I'm playing some sports, you always want to win. But when I'm doing trivia, like if I'm doing Stump the Buoy, or John came with me, I did that thing on the Mets channel where I did Mets trivia. I'll study for like 4 days.
Yeah, trivia.
I study because I don't want to sound like a fool. But Sal seems like a guy who doesn't seem to care that much. You don't seem like you're competitive that way.
Not with sports, I'm not.
Well, when you suck at everything, you gotta like compromise. I never saw you
seriously,
really do
Artie,
throw like a chick. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like, you know what it is? Here it is, man. I almost don't want to watch you throw. I don't want to watch you throw because it makes me feel, I get like douche chills when I see it. How do you not know how to throw a ball?
So block your face with a sandwich. You won't have to see me throw.
Gotta go right to the thing?
Deflection.
What upsets you more, seeing Sal throw or seeing Jason throw?
Man, they're both. It's a shame. It's a shame. You never threw a ball as a kid? You never went out and threw a ball?
No, I was locked in a pizzeria.
You never threw a ball in a pizzeria?
Is there any sport that you're good at, Sal? Any sport?
Yeah, what's your best sport? Your top sport? If you had to do something.
I started in 7th grade. I went into wrestling. And 2 weeks in, I broke my collarbone in practice.
Right, so that's a good story. Now, what's the answer to the question?
So that threw me off. So I guess if anything I would be good in, maybe it was wrestling, because that's the only thing I ever put 2 weeks of practice into.
Right, but there must be something with tiddlywinks.
Pickup
stick, something.
But you didn't like play out on the street. You didn't do like Little League or stickball.
You ever throw a napkin at a guy?
I suck so bad in school at sports that, eventually the gym teacher made me a captain because he took sympathy on me because I was always picked last.
Oh, so you would get to pick
then
them.
I would get to be, because every week when we're playing and I'm always the last guy, the teacher would be like, Governor Alley, go ahead, you're a captain. And as soon as you said that, you just heard a whole, now nobody wanted me to pick him.
Artie, that's like, you could clearly see the gym teacher said, the potential serial killer. We got to make him a captain.
Yeah.
But, I'll tell you a guy involved with this show who was, and Artie can attest to it, was insanely competitive. And that was John.
Oh,
Stuttering
God,
John.
Yeah.
He would come in.
Everything.
He would come in the morning. And I remember he would walk in. We had this guy that interned for us that was John's friend. His name was Stein. And he'd walk in and John would have his arms up in the air like a bodybuilder. He goes, beat Stein to pick up sticks last night. Like, he would brag about everything.
And you wanted to kill him when he won.
Jackie and I took him to play racquetball one day. We're playing racquetball. And we were playing, you call it cutthroat because it's 3 guys, it's 2 against 1. John would hurl his body. Like, by the time we were done, he was bloody from playing racquetball. because he would hurl his body to get the ball. Like, I was like, I don't want to win so bad that I might hurt myself. But he did.
How about that's one of my favorite shows when he beats Chiasano in golf. He's running around. John still had the long hair and that country.
Really like half drunk, too.
All right, so Artie, you're
half drunk. He was wasted.
Artie, you guys are captain of your softball teams. Sal and Jason are left. It's your pick. Who do you take?
I'm taking Jason.
Really?
I'm taking Jason because I've seen Jason try and play. Sal doesn't even try and play.
Why try and... I mean, to me, sports is... Look, if you don't like it, it's one big, boring pile of shit. Why exert the energy?
History, sports...
Hold on.
What is the pile of shit?
Why even bother exerting yourself over something you're not interested in? I didn't care for that crap. It's just not interesting to me. I don't get the fun in 20 guys running around in tights, tossing a ball back and forth to each other.
So everybody,
it's just not, to me, it's not interesting.
So everybody that goes to baseball games, football games, basketball games, soccer games, golf tournaments, they're all...
No, they're not. It's not interesting to me.
What's interesting?
You're an asshole.
Interesting?
A KISS convention.
Because we talked about history and general knowledge, sports. What you don't like anything? What do you like?
Well, I used to like to draw. I liked music. I liked other things.
Oh, music.
Well,
I thought you were the head of the Beastie Boys fan.
Do you play? Exactly. You know, it's funny for a guy that loves it. Do you play an instrument?
I play guitar. And I play bass and some keyboards.
Oh, you got me there. I'll tell you what, I would trade in my knowledge and all ability. Right now in my life, I would trade in all of any sports ability I have, because Sal's right. At this point, it's useless. Right. To be able to play the guitar, I would love that. I really would. I mean, that's pretty cool. You know,
my friends, we get together after high school when I was 18, 17, and like we'd have a couple of cases of beer, and then they would play basketball. And then I'd try to play, and as soon as the ball got thrown at me, like I'd bend my first finger back. Now I'm in pain for the rest of the day, and I'm just sitting on the porch drinking beer anyway. I'm like, what's the point of this? Why risk even hurting yourself?
See, as much fun as I had in games like that, and I had a blast. I remember playing basketball, a softball league. I loved it. It did lead to nothing, of course. I would trade all that in to play guitar.
In all fairness, Sal's not such a great guitar player that you have to trade
I'm
it
not
all
saying
in.
I am, Gary, but
what you had was fun, Artie. Don't give that up.
Right, no, I did have fun.
Gary, you act like the way I talk, I'm God's gift to music. I'm just saying what my personal preferences
Well, how well do you play
But I'll tell you what, like if you line up me and Artie right now side by side, people didn't notice. They said, who do you think was more athletic? I mean, look at Artie. He looks like a big ball of now. You never think he had the ability to chuck a ball or even run a couple of bases.
But that's what makes it so funny. You look like you're in shape.
But what does it come down to? Nothing. What did you get out of it? Absolutely nothing. You became a comedian. You got hooked up on drugs. You're hookers now.
From sports?
You're being begged to see a psychiatrist every day. So sports really didn't have any impact on your life whatsoever.
Well,
Nothing good came out.
Things would have been worse for
maybe not. But I'm saying, like,
I wouldn't blame sports for the heroin.
Gives a shit away. Sports is the biggest waste of time in America.
But it's a fond memory. You know what I mean? It's like it's fun.
I had fond memories of diddling through Playboy, jerking off in my mother's bathroom. I mean, that's what I enjoyed to do. But it's my preference.
Do you realize that everything that you can't do, it just comes.
No, I don't care for it. So fuck it.
No, but you say, like, in other words, if you can't do it, you.
It's not that I can't do it. I could do it.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
I could do it if I exerted myself.
No, you can't. Then why didn't you?
Because I broke my collarbone.
That was in 7th grade. What's the rest of the?
That's sport.
That was a traumatic time in my life where it threw me off from sports.
No, but the point is,
it was a negative connotation.
If you want to say that you can't do it,
association.
Don't demean people who like sports.
I don't demean them. I'm like, fuck,
get
to me. That's it.
We just called
Sal, you're almost retarded.
I don't care for sports, me personally. There are plenty of people who don't care for sports. I just don't like it. Howard doesn't like it. And you know what? When you guys
so you shouldn't like it.
No, I'm saying and look at him. He's very, very successful. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to go back and say, "Well, you know what, Robin? I used to play basketball in front of my house, and I used to hit balls, and I used to do this." Who gives a shit?
But the difference is he's 1,000 times more athletic than you, and by the way, 10 years older.
Okay,
maybe
so
15.
what? But I'm not in competition with the man in an athletic sense.
You're not in competition with anyone,
Jason.
No one.
Jason, what do you want to say?
Competition's for losers.
I come.
You would know. You know he'd be on the losing end.
A different perspective on sports than Sal, where I really wanted to be good at sports when I was a kid, and I was just horrible at it. It sucked. Like, because all my friends were all athletes.
See,
and played
there's a
all the
guy
time.
being honest,
And
I think. You're not being honest.
I'm being honest that I hate
I think
sports.
you wanted to play.
No, I didn't. Not
Come
even
on,
close.
Sal.
When I was in school, I used to take a Walkman, and I'd play outfield as far as I possibly could go.
On purpose, though? Because
Yeah,
that's where they put me, but I hated being there.
I'd take my Walkman, I'd put my Kiss Destroyer cassette in there.
sucked.
I'd hide it in my No, because I didn't care to play.
No.
And
If
I
you
just
were
listened
good, you would have wanted to
No,
play.
and I just listened to Kiss the whole time.
But what does that mean?
4
That
years
means I
of
didn't
Little
care
League.
to do it. I don't care to run around and have a ball chucked at me like some flaming retard in the middle of the field. What do you get out of that?
You're right, Sal. You're right.
I mean,
You're
that's
right.
me.
You're
that
right.
doesn't look. If you guys like it, God bless you. You're asking me what I think of sports. I don't like sports. I like wrestling.
But you don't.
I thought that was a sport.
You don't appreciate somebody who does the
I
sport well.
sure do appreciate. How can I not appreciate it?
likes
I mean, look at Barry Bonds. Look at all the juice he's injected into his arms.
Okay,
I
that's
appreciate
one guy.
that.
You don't appreciate a good baseball
You
player
don't
or
know
a good
that for
athlete.
sure. What's that? Of course, Reggie Jackson. I mean, I admire the guy as a kid. Johnny Bench.
So are they good athletes or are they retards who throw a ball? I can't figure it out because
Nobody's
every
a
second,
retard who throws a ball.
You just
but
said that.
But to me, I mean, that's how I perceive it. Like, to me, I'm like, it's just.
You were never a
it's
little
not my
disappointed
thing.
that. See, I think Jason's being more truthful in the sense that he thought I wanted to be better and
No.
I wasn't. You never really wanted to
Wait a
be.
second,
Yeah,
Sal, how
believe it
could
or
you
not.
say?
Hold on. Believe it or not, there are people out there that don't have an interest in
I
sports.
understand.
No, but not
So
they're
that's all-
gay.
It's
Hold
not
on,
a question
No,
of having an interest.
so Howard's gay now.
Guys, it's a
No, he has an
social
interest in
thing. Hold
sports.
on a second. You can't tell me that it didn't bother you the way it bothered me a lot when all your friends growing up are playing sports and you get picked last for
Sure, it
everything and no one
bothered
wants
me.
to be on your team.
Sure, it
and everyone
bothered me.
like, that doesn't bother you?
It bothered me to the point where my gym teacher had to make me a captain. And it also got to the point, it's like, thank God I had a good relationship with a lot of people in school. I was fairly popular that when I went up to bat.
Were you really?
And every time I swung
Kind of
at
a
bat,
school was that?
if it was strike one, the whole place would cheer like crazy. Like they did just the opposite to me. So if I would,
You
go
don't, Sal, you don't think that they might have been mocking you?
They were.
When they
It became
applauded
a-
when you struck out?
But you got to embrace the joke after a while. There was no way of me doing it. I mean, the one time I hit the ball, I remember my knees buckled to first base, and I almost passed out. Because I would cut out of gym every day, so my gym teacher would make me do laps in the pool to make up for gym class. So I had first period gym, so I had to get in there at 6:30, and my teacher used to take the back of the net. He would have the net to take the balls out of the pool, and he'd hit me on the back with it.
But you would think if that's what you had to do, that you might have become good at swimming.
But I sucked. I'm swimming. I have to do 10 laps, and in the middle of the laps, teacher's taking the back of the net, like this big crab net, and he's like, "Come on, you wuss! Come on, you girl!" And he's banging me, and he's jabbing it, and I'm going under. I can hardly breathe.
The poor guy.
Then he'd have to hold the net out for me to get out of the water. So that day, I have, what's that called when you work out too hard? It's called atrophy or
Yeah, it's atrophy.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's called something else. When you get
It's Kennedy. Kennedy and Roosevelt.
So anyway, I get out of gym class. I can't even move, and my legs are trembling from all the fatigue of swimming. I have first period gym. I get up to bat. I finally hit the ball for the first time in my life. I start running to first base, and my legs give out. So my knees buckle, and I fall down, and I can't move. So that was my best experience in sports.
Was everyone still cheering at that point for you?
Yes, they were cheering. They thought it was fantastic. But
You've been to high school reunions, and they've confirmed that they weren't being sarcastic. They thought you were popular.
No, I'm saying they were. Oh, you're back to that one. Okay.
When I was in 7th grade, we did basketball in gym for a semester, and the kids just used to just chuck the ball at my face.
That's why it
They
looks
just throw it
that
at my
way.
face really hard.
We had, I had a gym teacher for the Sals and Jasons of the world that was just so cruel. And I remember being in 8th and 9th grade, and we'd get into squads, and we'd all have numbers, and we'd get into squads. And if you didn't have your uniform, if you wore black socks, if you couldn't do your jumping jacks correctly, you got put in what he called the Goo Goo Squad. That was the Goo Goo Squad was all the retards at the end. And as the class went on, you'd get thrown in that squad. I remember he'd come out and he'd have that big thing that you wheel around that has all balls on it. Yeah. And he would go, squad 1, here's a basketball. Squad 2, here's a volleyball. Squad 3, here's a basketball. And he'd go, Goo Squad. And he would drop this old, chewed-up tennis ball. And he would go play handball against the wall outside.
Political incorrectness was so great, wasn't it?
But I mean, he would go out of his way. He would ask the kids if they were retarded, if there was something wrong. Could they not do a jumping jack?
I got put on the girls volleyball team at in gym class.
Are you serious?
Brutal. Yeah, well, they the way it like. I don't know how many people play volleyball.
You weren't
on these
rotating
sides.
properly?
Yeah. But they had like 2 nets filled with dudes, and then there was a team of girls and like me and the other loser in the class.
Jason, a member of the Guru Squad.
I would draw the line there.
I played 4 years of Little League. I didn't get 1 hit in 4 years. I mean, it was just
Where did you play in the field?
Second right fielder. I was the right fielder behind the real right fielder.
They made you second right fielder? You backed up the right fielder.
Second right fielder. It's a very important position. If someone ever hit the ball that far, I would have been able to get it. The problem is I'm scared of catching balls. That's the one thing I'm no good at. Like if I see a pop up or something, I freak out. Like it's gonna hit me in the head.
And you never had a lupus moment, huh?
A who?
Never mind.
Lupus. The sports thing could be it could be really, really traumatic for kids. You could see how it could really turn you around.
I'm telling you.
And I'll tell you really quick. I have a buddy who went to high school. Does anybody remember Joel Rifkin, the serial killer?
Yeah.
Well, he went to high school with Joel Rifkin, and he told me that Joel Rifkin was on the track team, and that they would torment him. Like, he was on the track team by accident, and they would torment him. And he told me the story of the day that they made Joel Rifkin race the slowest girl on the girls' track team. And how, like, the whole team together, the coaches must have either thought it was funny or not noticed.
Raising a serial killer.
But they said, like, she beat him by a mile. Everybody cheered and jeered at him, and they think he might have started.
Look how things turned out.
You know what I did to a kid? I would umpire Babe Ruth League games sometimes. So I was like 15 years old, umping behind the plate. This 13-year-old, I'll never forget this kid's face. He must still be in therapy about this. There's like bases loaded with 2 outs. So the team, it's like a tie game. His parents are there, and I'm the ump. So this pudgy little black kid, he's like lefty. He looked like a little Al Roker, very unassuming. He's wearing glasses. He's like scared to death. He takes 2 pitches for a strike. And then I just felt like getting out of there. So the pitcher threw a really bad curveball that was way over the kid's head, nowhere near a strike, right. Went through his eyes and landed, the catcher caught it up by his chest. And just because I was dying to do this one time, I put my hand right in the kid's face and I went, his hand covered his face. And he struck out. This team was booing. His coach yelled at him. And he walked back completely dejected. He lost the game for them, and it was nowhere near a strike. He clearly had my hand was almost touching his face, and I did the Dutch Renner,
All right, Teddy, we got to take a break.
If that kid punched me in the face today, I would take it.
Don't feel bad, Artie. What were the odds that he was going to hit the next pitch?
When we come back,
could have walked.
Bob Saget, more sports, more ping pong. How gross is the studio? Everything that happened on today's show. You're listening to the wrap-up show on Howard 100 and Howard 101.
A recap and behind-the-scenes look at The Stern Show. Call in.
888-STERN-100.
The Wrap-Up Show. With John Hein and Gary Dell'Abate.
Hey, tonight on the Pro Show at 80s on Howard 101. Yeah, we're going to get into the UFC. Count on it. Just like last night, we had Michael Bisping, the Count On, rocking it out, getting ready for our trip to Vegas. We'll be there Friday and Saturday, the Mandalay Bay Sportsbook, getting ready for the big bash Saturday night, UFC 74. So, yeah, we're going to be live Friday at 5 West, 8 East, and then on Saturday at noon West, 3 East. But tonight, it's going to be thick. Lance Williams, the co-author of that great book, Game of Shadows, about Victor Conte and Val crypto and steroids, is on to talk about all of it, the chaos of all of it, and what's going on with that Mets clubhouse attendant, and everything else with steroids, and all the players in the George Mitchell investigation. La-dee-da. We're going to be thick. Plus, 2 NFL preseason games tonight. We're going to be parachuting in on, count on it, Packers hosting the Jags, and the Chiefs and Saints. A little Red J Bush for you, baby. And hopefully, the Texas Rangers won't score 30 runs on Thursday night like they did on Wednesday night. That was chaos, right? Brandon Webb's scoreless inning streak's over. We got it all. Baseball, football, everything, and steroids for also 80s Hour. 101 Shake It. Ooh.
If you play fantasy football, and you know we do here, then you got to play at CBSSportsLine.com. This award-winning site gives you not 1, not 2, but 3 great ways to play. We have an update for Commissioner Jason Kaplan.
Oh, do we? Yes, we do. I have been in touch with people over at CBSSportsLine.com, and they are going to give me a tutorial on how to set up the league. We're going to do the Commissioner League, which is one of the 3 options, is one of the pay options. And I like it because it gives everybody live scoring updates, live stat updates, lets you manage your team over your mobile phone. It's got a lot of cool stuff, and we are going to have the best fantasy football league out of anybody else with a fantasy football league.
Well, excellent, Commish.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't play the Fantasy Football Commissioner, there's also Fantasy Football Premium games. Now, with these, you take on the most dedicated fantasy players on the planet. There are 5 game levels to choose from, and it features cash prizes ranging from $50 to $3,500, and entry fees are as low as $14.95.
Or you could just play free fantasy football. It includes free live scoring and stats all season long. You never get hit with hidden fees or upgrade costs. All features are included for free.
So no matter how you like to play, and even if Jason is your commissioner, you'll find it at CBSSportsLine.com. Find out more and sign up for your game today at football.sportsline.com. That's football.sportsline.com. Football!
Running a small business is like raising a child. You nurture it, giving up your time and energy just to make sure it grows and stays healthy. You sacrifice yourself to give it every chance at success. But if you haven't incorporated yet, it could all disappear in an instant, taking with it your personal assets like your car, your life savings, even your home. Fortunately, incorporating your business is fast and easy. In fact, you can do it in just 10 minutes. And there's an easy way to find out more. Just request a free guide today and learn about the wonderful benefits of incorporation from the company corporation. We don't offer legal or financial advice, but we have been helping people incorporate for over 100 years. Call 1-800-497-8981. Protect your family and personal assets by forming a corporation or limited liability company. Take your first step by requesting a free guide. Call 1-800-497-8981. 1-800-497-8981. That's 1-800-497-8981.
Are you looking for a direct connection of your Sirius radio to your car stereo? The Sirius FM direct adapter is the way to go, and it's only $19.99 at TSSradio.com. TSS-radio.com.
Yeah, they carry all the parts and accessories for your Sirius needs. You can get a stiletto and a car kit for an incredibly low price. You get the stiletto tough skin case to go with it for only $14.99. $14.99.
Yeah, the tough skin case is actually pretty cool.
And truckers, have you guys cut your antenna cable on your truck antenna? Well, TSS-radio.com has the replacement.
Free shipping on orders over $50 and fast same-day shipping for orders placed before 6 p.m. Eastern. And I just want to tell, the owner had asked me to do a Sal-free commercial. He doesn't want Sal near any of his commercials. That's TSS-radio.com. You're welcome.
Sal-free.
Yagshamash, my name is Borat, and you're listening to the John Hen and Gary Dilbidat on the Wrapping Up Shows. Dziękuję.
Welcome back to the Wrap-Up Show. John, Gary, JD, Goo Squad Jason, and your calls at 888-STERN-100. We talked about one ping pong game, but we didn't talk about the other, which was Miss Amputee battling Crackhead Bob.
Yeah.
And What was the over-under on this? Like, who do you did Bob have a shot? Was it Miss Amputee?
Well, I don't know. There were some of us had inside information because we had been here for the test game. We'd done a test game about a week ago.
Yeah, based off the test game, I thought Bob wasn't going to score a point.
Right.
He couldn't serve. He literally it took us about a half hour just to figure out a movement, a way for him to serve to actually get the ball over the table. So we thought he was going to get his ass kicked easy.
He held his own.
He held his own.
And Miss Amputee, how would you describe her, Gar?
She looked great.
Smoking hot.
Am I supposed to talk about her ping pong playing or how she looked?
Both.
You know, it's really funny. Like, I look at her, and I think she's really pretty, and the amputee thing doesn't set me back even a little bit. I'm like, she's missing an arm. It's cool.
Yeah, it's just weird when you touch it. It's like, it's wood.
I don't know. I just think I don't think that I would have a problem like dating a woman who's missing an arm.
Not at all. Not if she look like that.
Right. Wolf in Philly, you're on the wrap-up show. Hey, Wolf.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Hey, I was just hoping to get a description of the action that Crackhead Bob was doing to swing that ping pong paddle. If that arm is, how did he even move?
Okay,
you say it.
So take your right arm, okay, and just put it across like your midsection. So it's like right in the middle of your chest, between like your stomach and your upper chest, and then just push out, like just keeping your arm completely straight. Just push out, and that's how he was trying to serve the ball.
Sort of pretend that your arm doesn't work from like the shoulder down. So when Bob has to make a movement, the whole body has to move.
Right.
It reminds me a lot of in Young Frankenstein, the way Frankenstein moved.
I was wondering. I just thought it would be impossible, but I guess he got a couple points in, which is good for him.
Yeah, he got points in on the serve.
Yeah.
Hey guys, one thing I was thinking about. Remember in the past, all these celebrities in the magazines were having like Brangelina and Bennifer had these names. Has anyone put anything together for Florentine and Robin?
Yeah. What? Somebody told me what it was. It's
Quarantine.
Quarantine.
Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe like Vegetable Florentine.
You got to mash up their names, like Roflo.
Swing and a miss, Wolf. But thanks for calling, man.
Hey, I tried. Hey, any suggestions for Labor Day? How to have an awesome barbecue?
Carson's ribs, but fortunately, we don't have any to give you.
All right. Thanks,
Sorry.
guys.
Take it. All right. Take it easy. Okay, let's go over to Dan in Niagara Falls. Dan, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Dan.
You were talking about sports before. When I was a kid, I was good at sports, but then I got into art, and art's way more fulfilling, music and stuff like that. But I always noticed guys who were really, really competitive were also really overly insecure. What do you think about that?
I agree.
I don't know. I think sometimes competitiveness comes from a lot of different places. I see in a lot of people competitiveness comes from the parents.
Right.
It starts early where the parents are so competitive that they make their kids crazy.
You mean the dad in the stands yelling at the 8-year-old and why he didn't bunt instead of swing away?
But there's some people who they have to win because if they feel they don't win, they're insecure. I mean, they have to win.
That's exactly it.
And I would say I feel that way sometimes.
I think,
I am.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are that. I think a lot of people are that way.
It's better to be depressed and not care.
It's great in your professional life, but it doesn't work out in your personal life, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know. And, the sports thing, too, like, I talk about this all the time. Like, even when my kids first wanted to play football, I wanted them to play football, but it wasn't my idea. It was their idea. I mean, they came to me and told me. I didn't say, hey, you're going to play football. But I wasn't a very good football player. I was probably an average football player. But I thought that the camaraderie that you got on the team and the way you worked together as a team, football was better than any other sport. Now, Jason's shaking his head because,
well, not for me.
Apparently he didn't have that. But I had that experience. Football is probably the best team sport I've ever been involved in it because it's a true team sport.
But if your boys never played, that wouldn't bother you at all. You think you really wouldn't care?
I figured they'd play something else or do something else.
Okay.
I mean, I like that they're into sports and I coach their teams, but I'm not driving it.
Right. They're telling you this is what they want to do or not do.
Yeah, like my son started. He took up he was going to skateboarding camp this summer and he wanted to be a skateboarder.
I thought you were making your one son play football.
That is such.
That's what you said on the air, or he said on the air, right?
That's what he said on the air. No, we talked about this last time. I made him finish out the last 2 weeks of the season.
Oh, you didn't want him to quit.
I didn't want him to quit. And then, so in fact, I'll give you the update on that. I said he didn't have to play football if he didn't want to. He told me he wasn't going to play. Then he told me he was thinking about playing. Then he told me he wanted to play. And I told him, you can sign up for football. I'm not going to say a word. The day you say you're done, you're done. I'm not going to push you. It's all up to you. So he's been playing for 3 weeks now and loving it.
Oh, that's great.
See, I feel like Jason is almost the worst case scenario when it comes to sports because you have the parents who drive the kids to play and they do it and they're just not good. Then you have the kid who wants to play on his own, but for whatever reason, they're not good. And then you have the kid who really wants to play, tries his hardest, and sucks, and there's pretty much nothing he can do about it.
I just wanted to be normal. All my friends I grew up with were all on that baseball team, or in that league. They all played sports. They were all good at gym. And I couldn't hang with them when it came to doing anything other than watching TV. It was just miserable for me, but I tried.
We were talking about this the other day, some of the parents. You know, it's a weird thing. Like, all the kids that play sports seem to hang out together. And my son has had some friends that have sort of fallen by the wayside, not because he doesn't like them or anything. Kids that I miss having around the house, but they don't play sports. And when you're in the sports world, you know, if you're playing football 4 days a week or you're playing baseball, that tends to be who you hang out with.
You relate more to one another because your circumstances.
And then, so the non-sports kids sort of hang out with each other.
I bet the parents
get made fun of.
The parents can be insane. I mean,
oh yeah, believe me, I've seen plenty.
Yeah, I remember umping one time. This isn't as good as Artie's umping story, but I was umping and there was this parent who was just yelling the entire game. You know, riding his kid, riding everything. His kid came up. He got on base. He was trying to score the winning run. He was out by, I can't even tell you how far, and I call him out. The manager doesn't argue. The parent comes out of the stands, runs onto the field, and starts arguing with me that the kid was safe. And even the other team's manager tried to hold them back. I kicked the kid out of the game. I kicked the father out of the game. I kicked the father out of the park. I made him. He had to be escorted out of the park and stay in the park.
How old were you?
Oh, let's see. I was 15,
Boy,
16, maybe. Hey, but trust me, when and you guys all know what I'm talking about, that one parent who just annoys the hell out of you, it felt great actually to kick him out.
See, I think my parents were totally different. I always felt that my parents were just miserable when they would come to my little league games. Like I was wasting their time, not in like a mean way, but you know, I mean, look, I know there was nothing to cheer for.
No,
it was a waste of time for them.
My dad was commissioner of my little league for a couple of years, and I was like one of the worst players ever. So, of course, I felt like a huge failure then. So,
yeah. You know, that's tough. It's tough when your father's pushing it.
Just then?
We all have our stories. I played Little League when I was a kid, and there was a coach who was almost exactly like the coach in Bad News Bears. He would come out, this is 1973, he would come out every game and set up a tripod and a camera over by the third base line. And you have to understand, these were not small video cameras. They were huge, huge cameras. And within the first or second inning, he would argue a play with the umpire, tell him that he had it on tape and that the game was now being played under protest and he was taking the tape to the commissioner. It was insane. I mean, he really made his whole team just hated going out there because he was such a jackass.
I love that move, too, when they protest the game. Has anyone ever won a protest in any game?
Never. I'm not even sure there was tape in the camera.
Mike in Worcester, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Huge fan.
Hey, Mike.
I just want to say that I agree 100% with Sal's view of sports. I think it's the most mundane, boring I've ever come across.
And it's an opinion you're totally entitled to.
Yeah, to each his own.
I hang out with my friends. They talk about sports, and as soon as that conversation starts, I bow out of it. I'll say I'd rather jerk off with a handful of broken glass than get involved in it.
Jesus. Wow.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, that's a little extreme, bro.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, did you have the same problems as Sal in gym class?
No, actually, it's not that I don't have the ability. I do. And like Sal, I actually wrestled a little bit. But I just, I'll play a little bit with friends. But as far as talking about and getting involved in the professional sports thing, it's just not my thing.
How many people do you know that have athletic ability that aren't interested in sports? Not many, right?
No, you're right. There probably isn't many.
But does it differ? Because to me, like, there's an interest in sports from a playing standpoint, which could be fun if you're having a good time. And there's an interest in sports about just talking sports and being consumed with
being
sports.
A fan.
And being a huge fan. Like, I'm a huge Yankee fan, and I love the game of baseball, and I like following the Giants when they're on and postseason basketball, so I consider myself a casual sports fan. But some of our guys in our office, if you're not a sports genius, you don't know everything about everything and watch every game, then you're not allowed to talk about sports in front of them. It's ridiculous. Right. I mean, I'll call him out right now. My good buddy 𝗦𝗵cie, who, if you're not a sports almanac, you're not allowed to talk sports. Like, God forbid, I watch an episode of SportsCenter and they do a story on, I don't know, 𝗫𝗎 getting cut from the Eagles. Thank you. And so I come in and I go, wow, did you hear Trotter got cut from the Eagles? He goes, oh, what are you, just parroting SportsCenter last night? I'm like,
𝗫𝗎
or whatever.
I'm on Will's side on this.
I know, you're an asshole,
and
too.
You know I am. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. How am I supposed to get sports news? I watch SportsCenter.
Because you come in and you recite SportsCenter to the T. It's like, back to you, Brett. I mean, and
I'm just trying to join the conversation. I'm trying to keep up on the daily happenstance of sports. But if you can't name every freaking mascot, I mean, Gary, and you should feel for this.
I was about to defend you. But you can never use the term happenstance in a sports conversation.
But just so you know, certain people say the same thing about you and Artie, and if you're not a freaking sports nut, then you can't talk sports.
I am well aware. I know exactly how Will feels about my sports knowledge, that it's adequate, but certainly not good.
You can talk sports, but when you try to give insight, and all the insight you're giving is something that you just read or something that you just saw, then you're not.
What have I ever said that's wrong? I just
𝗫𝗎.
Wait, who's the North Carolina mascot?
Who cares? I don't know. But Beaver?
He's proving himself. You don't even have to say anything. Like, when he says these things, if you're a sports fan, it annoys you. It does.
It bothers
you when, like, Scott DePace, when you think he just rehashes everything that Rush Limbaugh says without even thinking about the issues.
He sounds smarter if he did that.
But that's what it almost sounds like to me. It sounds like you just rehash whatever Michael Wilbon's opinion is.
But I don't come in with the swagger. You guys are talking about sports.
But
you guys are talking about sports, and I'm like, oh yeah, I heard blah 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 blah, and then I'm just I'm not taking seriously at all, and I can't join in. I guess.
Yeah, no, you're not taking seriously. You don't know who North Carolina is.
I'm not a college sports fan.
You said the Beavers.
I don't know. I don't try and jump in on North Carolina conversations.
But basics, but it's like Sal with history.
That's not basic.
Sal can't talk about how the Constitution was written because he doesn't know anything about it. That's what it's annoying.
But I don't try to talk about North Carolina.
No, but that's like a basic sports fact.
So if you don't know that, you can't talk any other sports?
Yes.
See? This is what I'm dealing with.
I see.
It's so elitist.
John feels the exact same as me.
I said it before you walked in.
All I know, you know what? I'm probably unfair to you, but I grew up in a place where guys would bust your ass if you didn't know your sports, and then to kind of just you to just be like, oh, here I am. I'm going to talk about sports. It's like I know it sounds gay, but it's like you earn that right to just talk about sports.
It's a little gay.
It's an inner circle. And anyone that thinks it's gay is not in that circle. No,
I totally get that.
You or chicks can go watch your football, and you can kind of explain what a quarterback is, and then John and I will do it like a sports show. That's fine.
Fine. Wow. But I'm talking about The Office. That's all I'm talking. I know, and it frustrates you, and sometimes I play into that more, obviously.
Of course you do.
I know how much it drives you nuts, but in a casual conversation, that's all I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not a music expert, but I can talk about albums that I like.
I don't like to have this conversation.
If he doesn't know the bass player in the Smashing Pumpkins, does he need to shut up?
No, he can say whatever he wants. I just don't have to listen to it.
But you're talking about, the level of detail. Not knowing a North Carolina mascot. It's like Notre Dame.
Gary, what's the North Carolina mascot?
I believe it's a Tar Heel.
Is that true?
Okay. Yes, it is.
Is that true?
But they're and again, you're right. This parallels the Sal discussion we always have. There are certain basic things what?
Sports. I could answer questions. Basic. Go ahead. Throw something at me.
Okay. Tell me exactly what the infield fly rule is.
The infield fly rule is if there's runners on first and second with less than 2 outs, if the ball's popped up over the infield, it's automatically called an out when the infield fly rule, which can be called at discretion by the umpire.
No, that's pretty good knowledge.
No, it's not. Okay,
there's a lot of people who don't
rules. We're talking about the current events of sports, what's going on in sports now. Okay, yes, I know Jason knows the basics, the fundamentals of football and baseball and whatnot. But when we're talking about certain certain players, and he doesn't even know their names. And then, he talks about, he just recites something he heard on SportsCenter verbatim when he knows the stats and everything. It's clear that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But that's where I learned them.
What's that?
That's where I learned. I learned on SportsCenter.
Yeah, but
I watched
that's the point.
SportsCenter and I
you
got
watched
facts.
SportsCenter. You didn't watch the game and go, wow, that was a great play. You watched SportsCenter. You saw the 20-second highlight and you said, oh, let me rehash this for tomorrow. So the guys will be impressed with my sports knowledge.
So it's like someone who reads Cliff Notes, basically.
Basically, right.
Okay, I'll take that.
Because it seems like you're not into the sports as much as you are just being able to talk about them.
Yeah, because I want to fit in.
Yeah, but
no
that's
one sits
gay
around
to me.
and
That's
talks
gay.
about
Exactly.
Superman all
That's
afternoon.
the point right there, that you want to fit in so desperately. That bothers me. Just be comfortable with who you are.
I am, but God, you guys talk about sports 90% of the day, so I try and keep up.
We don't talk about it 90%.
Like JD, I don't know what it is about JD. But I love JD because he just is who he is. Sometimes I feel like Jason tries so hard to fit in.
Because I watch SportsCenter, so I can keep up with the conversation, and I like that part in the eruption. That's like one of my favorite shows.
It's hard to articulate, but that's my feeling. Yes, it does. It drives me nuts.
X Factor, like verbally or visually angry. But all right, I won't chime in on sports conversation.
You know the Yankees. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I do.
This is the commissioner of our fantasy football league.
Yes,
you gotta remember that, guys.
That's a really good point.
I'm excited about fantasy football because it's a game.
That's
about
the other thing. You're a
game.
Giants fan. You said on the phone today you're a Giants fan. You didn't know who Ruben Drowns was.
He just got signed. You jumped down my throat.
Jared, I know who Ruben Drones is. I'm making a joke.
Wow. But he just got signed.
But you realize you mispronounce his name every day for a week, and they're breaking your balls.
I know they're breaking my balls, and I can never remember. It looks like Drowns. I picture it visually in my head.
Think of Drowns and think that's not what it is.
I know. I should remember.
And the other fault that I'll cop to, and I'm sure Will as well, we do get really intense and upset about this. Like, sports fans are absolutely crazy when it comes to this type of stuff. I can't tell you why. It's just, maybe it's our passion for it.
Right.
I don't know, but it really upsets us. And I'm sure, Jason, if you were having a Superman conversation, let's say, because you're such a big fan, or something, or an Aerosmith conversation because you're a huge fan of that, and someone comes on and goes, wow, man, David Coverdale is the greatest lead singer of Aerosmith. I love it. You'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, and you'd be pissed off at
stuff
the person.
like that.
No.
And by the way, I'd love for you to join one of our Superman conversations. I would invite that. I'd be like, great, go on. Look, I'm not trying to have a hardcore sports conversation. I watch SportsCenter. I watch Part of the Interruption. If you guys say something that I happen to remember watching something about, or that I think, I'll chime in with it. But yeah, that's it. But it drives you nuts.
See, it's funny. I sort of feel for Jason and say Jason's just trying to. How's he going to learn if he doesn't? If he doesn't join in the conversation. And I know you guys are looking at me going, well, we discount Gary because Gary's not at our level sports-wise.
Yeah, but
would that be true or not?
You make this total distinction between either you're a sports encyclopedia or you know nothing about sports, and there is.
Do you guys think that I'm in your level? No.
No.
And so,
No.
so when I talk to you about
at the same time,
sports,
I don't think it's that difficult to know every quarterback in the NFL. I don't think that's that much to ask.
I know quarterbacks.
As a sports fan,
I know quarterbacks.
But if I only watch the Jets play and that's all I care about, and I don't
know how you can be a football fan and just watch the Jets. Or pick up on their opponents.
I can watch a lot of teams too, and I can enjoy watching a football game and not know every guy that's in it. I can do that. I don't know why you think that's so weird.
No, it's when you would come into a conversation and not you per se, just in general. You come into a conversation and you're suddenly the expert on that team, but you don't know exactly all the ins and outs of the team.
But I never act like I'm an expert.
Basic things about the team.
But why do I know? Why, if I'm a Jet fan and even if I watch Seattle play Oakland, I thought it was a great game. Why do I have to know every person to know? I watched that game and I saw how the game played.
You don't have to know every person, but you should know the quarterback, the running backs, the wide receivers,
but
the tight end, the coach.
But why?
Because
the main parts.
Yeah.
But like Jason today, he's making an argument to me. He's like, I was saying that Chris Sims is a bad quarterback, and he's like, no, he's not. Well, explain it.
No, I did.
You don't know anybody about.
No, I did explain it, and I looked it up, and I was right. I know. You said Chris. When was Chris? I mentioned something about Chris Sims being a decent.
But where did he go to school, Jason? Where did he go to school?
Who cares?
Name another person on Tampa Bay.
What
Name another Buck.
But what difference
because
does
it's
it
coming
make
out of nowhere.
What difference does it make where Chris Sims went to school?
Because it just shows that you know. You're saying he's good based on something other than what
I'm telling you what
Michael Wilbon told you last night.
No, that's not true. He wasn't mentioned on Sports Center last night or pardon.
So why do you know he's good? You don't know anything else about him.
I mentioned a thing. I go, what happened to Chris Sims? He hasn't been the same since his spleen ruptured, which I picked up probably from Pardon the Interruption a year ago. And then you go, when was he ever good?
Yeah.
And I said I thought he was good his first couple seasons, and you said no, he wasn't. And then I looked up his stats, and he was.
No, he wasn't.
He had a 61% completion in 2005 for 4,000 or 5,000 yards and more touchdowns.
He wasn't a good
He was horrible. He's always horrible. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying he wasn't a good quarterback.
Okay.
He never got the chance to develop. I mean, who cares about this? Does anyone care about this?
Did he play? No. Did he play Texas? I can't remember.
Yes.
Tennessee. I just have a question, John. Is this pent up, Will? Like, is this after years and years and years of Jason?
No, this is every day.
Can you just try to? I mean, have you been trying for years to just humor him and say like,
no,
okay, yeah, blah blah blah.
No,
listen, in one ear, out the other.
Dude, I have this conversation with Jason every day.
All right, we're talking too much, guys. Let's go back to the phones. Cardinal in Washington D.C. You're on the wrap-up show.
What's going on? Hey, you know what, man? I love Sports Fanatics, man, because so many married women I slept with because their husbands were watching the games. Oh, he's watching the games. Let's meet up. You know what I mean?
That's totally the angle I'm playing.
Thanks, sports guys. Love you.
Thank you.
Douchebag.
Did he just blow us kisses?
Thanks for that call.
Yeah.
Steve in Harrisburg, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey guys, you got to get Jason off the air. He is freaking awful. It sucks just listening to his voice.
What
did
did
I say? Him off the air.
Yeah, what did he do that's so bad?
Oh my God, he's awful. Just get him off. You guys do a great job. Keep him off the air.
You're not qualified to say I'm awful, sir. You're not big enough of a wrap-up show expert.
Of course not.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Where'd I go to school, Steve? Exactly. Thank you.
Oh man, I forgot. Jason's a big Rutgers fan, and he is.
It's like religion. Either you get it or you don't.
Agreed.
You take that leap of faith or you don't.
All right, we got a few minutes left. Let's talk about Bob Saget. Bob came in today and got caught in the middle of that whole, Stamos / Howard Beth conversation, which we covered in the beginning of this show. But thinking about, he's had a pretty good gig his entire career.
Oh,
I mean, Full House, America's Funniest Home Videos. A lot of people didn't know he was narrator at How I Met Your Mother. And now he's parlaying it into, he was always a stand-up. But how difficult is it to work against that stereotype of being the dad on Full House?
I'm sure it's really difficult for him, and that's why this HBO special is certainly, the exact opposite of that. I always like Bob on our show. I like him at Sirius even more because he can be that sort of dirty guy. Not that he has to be filthy, but he can definitely be like the real Bob is the guy that comes on our show.
But isn't that why Bob works in the first place? Like, if he didn't have that Danny Tanner image, then no one would give a shit that he was like a dirty comic.
You might be right.
I'm so sick of, I like Bob actually, and I think his best moments are usually during the commercial break when he acts like a real human being. But, I'm so sick of hearing him like badmouth Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos. That's what made him all his money, got him all his fame, and all he ever says is how much he hates them and how he's really this crazy, dirty guy. And then I feel he completely overcompensates in his act. I haven't seen a new one, but in his other acts for being, he overcompensates being dirty to show, hey, I'm not Danny Tanner.
Does he really say he hates Full House? Or I don't know. He goofs on it, but I don't think he hates it.
He seems put off by it.
I think he sees it for what it is. Listen, I always think that Full House is like the next generation's Brady Bunch. He'll always be Dan Tanner. He'll always be that guy to a whole generation of kids.
And is that the worst thing in the world?
And so, you know what? He should talk to the Brady Bunch because at the end of the day, they all had to embrace it. And I think he sort of does. I don't think he's, distancing himself from it. I think he goofs on it because it's goofable.
All right, let's go to 6 in Tampa. You're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. Hey, is Artie still there?
No.
Hey, all right. Well, maybe Gary can answer this or somebody there. First of all, Bob Saget sucks. Gary's sitting there talking about how open he is and the real Bob. What did he do today that was so cutting edge and provocative? The guy doesn't say shit. And you know what? Artie does the same shit. I know he kisses Saget's ass because of
dirty work, but he does the same with Levy. Levy sucks, too. I mean, I was at the Lakeland show. Did you guys even notice, Gary? I know you saw this.
What's that?
Shuley and Levy were about to get thrown off the stage. Your was much funnier than Levy.
I don't remember that.
People were waiting outside, waiting to beat the out of Shuley.
Well, that's just not true. I was outside. Nobody was waiting for him. That's ridiculous.
This guy was.
Dude, I know you can't say it. But
No, I'll tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you that night in Lakeland was a rough night for everyone. The only person that could walk off that stage with their head held high was Richard Christie.
Absolutely.
Everybody else will absolutely admit that was a rough night.
Gary, Sal did good. Richard did great.
He did good because he fell off the stage.
Sal almost killed himself.
Yeah, that was great. I actually thought what you did on stage good too, man.
Thank you, but I thought it was disastrous.
Gary got a pretty rough reception that night. Jace, we were there.
I was first out. God. I think that didn't help.
That was a rough crowd.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Saget, you guys were sitting there saying, he opens up. He wants to be the real Bob. What did he say today that was so cutting edge and hardcore?
But I don't think he gave us any great revelations. I think that he just sits there like most comedians that come in, and they comment on what's going on with their work. That every person that comes in doesn't have to come in and give a major revelation. He's a good hang.
Well,
I think he's good.
Gary, I understand. You got to.
No, I got to tell you. If I didn't think Saget was funny, I would tell you.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
Gary genuinely believes what he's saying. He's not just saying it to cover anything up.
Who else sucks?
I got one more quick comment, real quick. Hey, I was watching Howard TV last night, and I was watching that episode of the Talking Toupee with the Gary puppet.
Scott's Toupee?
Oh, yeah.
Holy Sherry, I didn't know your mustache was that huge. You look like a giant nigger caterpillar, dude.
No wonder he loves Sal's act in Lakeland.
This guy's my opening act for my next show in Lakeland. And by the way, Gary, I didn't do good because I fell off the stage. That was the
you did good because every joke had the N-word in it.
No,
and you were in Lakeland.
Gary, can I ever get a word out without you totally annihilating me? Why don't you just take out a gun and shoot me and get it over with? I can't get a word in when you've gargantuan lips just covering my face and just suffocating me.
You're boring.
Jesus Christ.
You bore me.
I'm boring.
Yes.
You. A guy who could bring a show to a screeching halt 10 to 15 times a day minimum. You're calling me boring.
How come it's not the
How come I can't come in here?
How come it's not the wrap-up show with John and Sal?
How come I can't express myself without saying one word without you just totally attacking me?
It generally starts with you telling me why I'm wrong.
No, I didn't see. You're defensive. All these years of getting battered by Howard, you think now all of a sudden when somebody comes up with an opinion.
What was the first thing you said to me when you walked in just now?
You said Sal was good because he fell off the stage. And I said, that was the grand finale, but I did well that night. I held my own. I wasn't booed off the stage.
Nobody said you were.
You.
Nobody said you were booed off the stage.
Okay, and then you're only funny because of the
We
N-word.
don't know whether you were booed off the stage. You fell off it, asshole.
Do I do N-words on my roast? Do I? 5 of them in a row?
I'll tell you what.
I'll keep attacking me.
I'll make
I
you do it right now.
Against you, dude.
Here you go.
But no matter what I say,
let me talk, and I'll tell you.
You are the end all. You are Mr. Know-It-all.
Let me tell you something right now.
I think all that fucking chocolate has gotten to your brain.
I'll put $500 on the table. I'll dare you to make an audience laugh, and you can't make any racist or homophobic jokes.
I've done that plenty of times. First of all, I'm not here to make anybody laugh. I came in.
And an excellent job you're doing.
Okay. I just came in here to say that the guy said Richard Christie did do awesome. He was the winner of the night. Levy did great, in my opinion. Levy held his own. But as soon as the guy goes, Sal did good, you mean that, well, he just did good because he fell off the stage. I know I fell off the stage, but
Sal wants to know why after he broke my balls for 10 years.
But Gary, that's fine. But Gary, when I suck,
but don't make fun of where I live.
Gary, when I suck, I'll be the first to say I suck. But if I do good, I can honestly
Nobody
say
said you sucked. I said people laughed because you fell off the stage.
Because I fell off the stage. That I admit that was very funny. At my expense.
I like how you yell at me and then inevitably you go around to what we said.
Gary, if I talk about sports, I'm immediately calling sports.
What were you doing when you fell off the stage?
Yeah, exactly.
Dance.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm goofing on you.
No, I don't care that you goof on me. It's just that you disagree with everybody and everything. I'd like to hear one side of your come out and say, you know what, you got a point. You never will ever say it. You got a point. Okay, I'll consider that. Try considering things. Try expanding your horizons.
I consider you're an asshole. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to the wrap-up show on Howard 100 101.
Because I'm against this wedding.
I didn't see that either. No.
Yeah, it's sad, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's a bummer. It's like you just, I don't know. I don't know the whole scoop, so.
Right. You don't get involved that way.
But this is a weird story. So I go to, my wife's getting ready for all the bridesmaids, and so I go out to lunch in Montecito.
Right.
I'd never been to Montecito.
It's beautiful, right? I've never been
beach
either.
place,
Yeah.
fine.
Right.
And so I go there, and I walk to this place. I go, maybe I'll just sit down. I'll have something to eat, and I'll get a glass of wine or whatever. Drink in the afternoon. I don't care. I got nothing to do.
Right.
So I go in. I go to this place. This guy comes over. He goes, what would you like? And I look at the thing. I go, hey buddy, I'd like to get this white bean salad or something. And then he goes, and then a pizza and a glass of wine. He goes, all right. I go,
no wonder
thanks,
you're
buddy.
doughy. With that, you ordered a pizza, a white bean salad, and wine?
It's a lot of starch.
Maron, that's a lot of calories. But go ahead.
All right. So I can lose weight then, I can tell you.
That's right.
Cut out after
Go ahead.
stars. So anyways, I go, so the guy, I go, I'm sorry to keep calling you buddy. What is your name? So he goes, my name's Josh. I go, okay, Josh. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Josh.
Right.
So he leaves. He comes back. He brings the white bean salad and the wine. And it looks like there's mayonnaise on the white bean salad.
You don't want that.
I hate mayonnaise.
Right.
And it's 90 degrees outside.
Right.
So it's like hot mayonnaise. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm drinking my wine, waiting for Josh to come back.
Right.
So he finally comes back, and I'm halfway through my wine, and I go, I don't want to get hammered.
Right.
I just want to eat my lunch, get fat, and get out of here.
Right.
So he comes back, and I go, hey, sorry, Josh, but is there mayonnaise in this thing? He goes, let me check with the chef. So then he leaves again for 3 minutes. So now I'm done with the wine. I'm licking the bottom of the glass. Now I'm getting buzzed. He comes back and he goes, the chef said it's red wine, it's vinaigrette, and it's the rest is a surprise.
A surprise.
Surprise.
And then he leaves again.
Right.
So I'm staring at this thing. I go, I'm not going to eat this.
No.
Surprise. What if the surprise is mayonnaise?
Right.
You idiot.
I want to know if there's mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's why I asked you a question. So anyways, he comes back and he goes, oh, Mike, you didn't touch the salad. I go, no, I don't like mayonnaise. I like creamy stuff. So I'm sorry. I didn't. He goes, all right. Let me get the chef will probably want to bring. I go. I don't want anything else.
Yeah, I just want to get out of here.
Just bring me a pizza and I get the check. I want to get out now. I'm mad.
Spending your life at the
mad.
You're getting drunk.
Restaurant
I'm getting
Montecito.
drunk. And so then he brings me another glass of wine on the house because I got the mayonnaise. And I go, thank you, Josh. He goes, no problem. He goes, and yeah. So then he brings the pizza over, and I go, Josh, this looks amazing. Thank you so much. He leaves. The manager comes over.
Right.
Excuse me. Can I just ask, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I go, everything's fine.
But now you're making a scene.
Yeah,
right.
the big scene. So then I don't want to get Josh fired.
Right.
So I go, by the way, and this is a true story. I go, by the way, Josh is great.
Right.
She goes, he's married. So I'm hammered.
Yeah.
I'm hammered.
Right.
But she thinks I'm hitting on the. I never see Josh again. He leaves.
Oh my God.
He thinks I was hitting on him.
Oh my God.
I go, this
That's
is a
amazing.
nightmare.
Maybe you give off that vibe a little bit.
Like a little.
Because you're such a nice. You do have a little bit of a gay vibe.
Too much. A gay vibe. Effeminate.
I used to think sometimes you were gay.
Yeah.
I've had that thought.
Yeah.
I had this whole imaginary life for you that you married, but your wife's a beard, and you go over to Lorne Michaels' table and you're staring at Beckham. And no, you know what it is? Because you're a nice guy. Because I don't know if it's an act, but like you, the guy. Hey, I don't know.
What do I have to do?
I don't know this titty dress. You have to but you're very you're so respect. Guys aren't respectful.
Right. They're lewd.
We have penises and they rule our lives. And, and
I
you
should be watching Game of Thrones.
Well, yes. It seems like you've overcome the urge, to be gross but you must fart and do weird shit things right. I mean, like any other guy.
I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I don't remember.
You don't even shit.
I don't.
Do you ever use foul language? No.
I do now and then, sure.
I don't get that impression. I think.
I do. Sure, I do sometimes. But it's like when you're just goofing around, or
right. You will do that with your friends.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about the new album for a second. I see you have your guitar here, which always excites me because I was telling Robin, this audition tape that you did when you were on Saturday Night Live, it was so fantastic. How old were you then?
I think I was 23.
And you were smart about it. You grabbed your guitar and you started to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And you went through quick musical impressions. And I love that because, first of all, it's brief.
Yeah.
Sucks me in, you give a funny line, and you're on to the next thing. and you like to give the impression that you're almost just coming up with it off the top of your head. That's the trick to a great stand-up or a great audition for Saturday Night Live. Do you think, have you ever seen anybody else's audition tapes for Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Is yours the best?
Oh, no.
Are you the only guy who ever got a laugh from Lorne Michaels? Because it's legendary. I've talked to other Saturday Night Live guys.
It's
Brewer.
It's a tough room. It's really tough. It's like no one laughs.
He is guffawing through your audition.
Like some good laughs. He starts laughing when I did an impression of Adam Sandler, because at the time no one did that.
It was fantastic.
Oh, thanks. But
do Adam Sandler. Come on.
There was three phases of Adam. There was like the one part where he just kind of mumbles and he goes like, "How you doing? It's good to see you, Howard. All right, good to be here." And then he does the thing where it's like,
And
then the third part is where he goes like, he yells and you're just like, "Shut up!" So I just did the mix of all three, and I actually called Adam Sandler before I did that.
You did? Because you want to be respectful?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's why people think you're gay.
Is that why?
You're too respectful.
I should have said, "Hey, how about those titties?"
Yeah, you should have titty dress.
Hung up the phone.
I'm beating off.
And hung up the phone.
You know, funny enough, Adam Sandler was almost here today. Now, Adam Sandler and I have a weird background. We don't talk, and I was critical of some of his movies, like no one else was.
Oh, he didn't.
Were you once on a plane with Adam?
Yeah, we didn't talk to each other.
Didn't speak.
It was incredibly awkward, but I had heard that he was maybe coming in this morning. I was excited
He's
to sort of...
the nicest dude.
That's what I hear.
Ever. Oh, he doesn't care if you don't like his movies?
Well, he seems to care. I
He
don't know.
stays away from here.
I was very excited to get past all of that.
He's absolutely one of the funniest humans on the face of the earth.
Yeah, and there's many things I think he does that are funny, hysterically funny.
Yeah, me too.
But, you know, listen, I got to be honest if I don't like a movie.
I don't do that.
How did when you say you reached out to Adam Sandler before you auditioned for Saturday Night Live, how do you even know to get to him? Because wasn't he already on Saturday Night Live? He was a big star. How did you know him?
My manager at the time, Randy Siegel, used to work at Brosty and Gray, and she knew Sandler on his way out.
Right.
So she knew him. So she called Adam to say, "Hey, my client Jimmy, who you met once before, I think he saw me at the Improv in L.A.
Right.
And she said he wants to do an impression of you for Saturday Night Live. Are you cool with that?" And he's like, "Sure." He's like, "Does he want to do it for me?" He can call me and do it for me. So I go. So I called Tim Hurley. He actually was his writing partner.
Right.
Talked to Tim. Tim goes, "All right, here's Adam." Adam got on the phone. He was like, "Hello, how you doing?" "Hey, Jimmy?" I go, "Yeah, this is Jimmy." He goes, "All right, you're going to do an impression? You're going to do do the impression of me?" No, he didn't. So he said, he said, "Do it for me. Let me hear it." So I did the whole thing. And he starts laughing. He goes, "I love it. It's great, kid. Go hit a home run. Go do it."
What if Adam had said no to you? Would you have not? I mean, that probably got you a job on Saturday Night Live and changed your life. You would have said, "I'm not doing it."
I probably would have done it anyway.
You would have done it anyway.
Yeah, and then I would have said, "Hey,
you would
give me a break."
You're right. Sorry. Yeah, because
man.
it's one of your best things.
Yeah, that was my big thing. It was my closer, I think.
I'm trying to remember what else you did on the audition tape. It was seamless. It was...
I did that, and I'm trying to get did Seinfeld. I mean...
Because Seinfeld was dead on. That is not as easy... Because I do, "Hey,
yeah.
But it doesn't really sound like Seinfeld. You had every inflection down.
I had him on the show on Saturday Night Live. We did a bit where Jerry came on the show, and he brought his impression. He changed his impression to match my impression because it was a little off.
Right.
So I was talking about the Gap, and how they had these new, like, it was almost like culottes for men at the Gap. It's called like beach pants or something. So they go, "What are these beach pants? Who wears these things to the beach? What kind of a place is the Gap?" And he goes, "Pocket tee? Thanks, Gap. What? You'll refold it? This place is great. They refold your clothes if you don't want them." So we're just yelling back and forth.
Isn't it true? I guess you point out that there's three phases of Adam Sandler. There's three different Jerrys, maybe, I'm thinking. There's
a couple. There's the, "Can you believe you do that? And then you wait to ask the question, and then you yell back the answer."
Would it be inappropriate if you said one day, because I swear I'd go see this, that you're going to do a one-man show on Broadway, and if you did a half hour of Seinfeld's material, but I mean, gave us the Seinfeld experience, I would want to see that.
Like a human hologram?
Like a human hologram. Like you actually went out and performed that.
Like the Tupac hologram.
Because as much, like, one of the things that drives me crazy, you start doing that, and all I want is more. But is that the secret? You got to leave them wanting more?
No, I don't know if there is a secret. I don't know. That's probably all I can do.
You can't go on. After a while,
probably get annoying after a while.
Now, Lorne Michaels, when he saw this audition, he had to be, okay, I'm signing this guy, right? I mean, you must have heard that hour that you were on the show.
No, I waited for like 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
And no feedback?
No, like feedback that was like, I think it went well. Like, just be happy, but we're not sure.
Oh, my Lord.
It's a tough thing. And then when you go meet him...
Did you think you fucked it up?
Yeah, well, you never know where you go. Because I auditioned once before, and they, I was at the comic strip here in New York, and I auditioned for that, and I just flopped. It was awful. I had a bad set. I go, this is the worst. I didn't get it. And then they said, we're looking for Tracy Morgan. We're looking for a black cast member.
Right.
So I go, well, there you go.
Right.
So
You're out.
That made me feel big. I go,
Yeah, right.
I could try. I mean, I got to go up for different roles. You know?
That's amazing to me, because I watched that audition and I go, I'm signing this guy tomorrow, and I'm nervous if I don't get him.
Everyone says,
you got to
like,
get in before everybody else.
Mike Shoemaker, who's my producer now, he was there, and Marcy Klein was there, and they all say, no, we knew exactly at the time
that you nailed it.
That you nailed it. That we
Wow.
signed. And I go, oh, well, I didn't know.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is, I'm thinking about your performances on Saturday Night Live. I'm trying to think if they really used your impressions that much.
You know what I did? I did everything once, and I never did it again because I thought that was cool.
But you did something on that audition tape, too, that was good. That was very Saturday Night Live. You said, well, this is an impression of a guy, but it wasn't anyone famous. It was just, the guy who always says this or the guy who always says that.
Yeah, none of those guys worked.
They didn't?
No, I did like a guy who did double takes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was cool.
Everything, gosh, it was just, I don't know. I could never even think.
And on that audition, you didn't do your musical impression of Neil Young, which I think is your strongest impression.
I did not do Neil Young at the time. Well, at the time, I didn't know what would be funny with doing a Neil Young impression.
Neil Young's a big guy, when did you start developing the Neil Young thing?
I did the Neil Young thing. I always had it, but I think, it took a writer on this show on Late Night, that his name is Mike DeCenzo, to go like, what if Neil Young sang the theme to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah, that was good.
So that's you can.
Did you put that on the album?
Yes, this is on the album.
This is on the album. Do you have to get permission from Neil Young? No, because it's an original kind of.
No, you do.
You got to get the permission from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air people, don't you?
Yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah,
and both, and Neil Young. So no one's getting paid for this.
I mean, I don't see how you're making any money.
Neil's buying a boat right now.
What are they paying you on for your TV show? Are they paying you decent money?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you get $8 million?
No,
not that much.
No.
What did Jimmy Kimmel tell us he's getting? $8 million?
I don't remember.
He's been on for like 10 years.
He's been on. I keep trying to get.
Years.
Would it be weird? You guys compete against each other in some way, right?
Not really.
Don't you think?
I think at one point we do.
At
like 12:30 or 12 to 12:30. I go on at 12:30. He goes on at 12.
Yeah, but I keep wanting to get you guys together, but I'm wondering if that would be weird in some way.
Oh, we've hung out.
Oh, you have hung out.
He's a super nice guy.
Oh, you like him?
I love him.
You don't feel competitive with him?
I could care less.
Really?
Why?
Right.
Who cares?
You got such a fucking healthy attitude. You must have had a great relationship with your parents.
No.
I wish. No.
I did. I just moved them. I just moved them out of my childhood home.
Oh, you did?
They moved to Bronxville, New York.
Oh, yeah. You had to sell the house, and you were trying to get someone cool to buy the house?
I wanted somebody cool to buy it because I don't know what's going to happen with somebody.
You feel attached to your childhood house?
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
What did the house sell for?
It didn't sell.
Oh, it's still for sale?
Still for sale.
Where is it?
It's in Saugerties, New York, which is upstate by Woodstock. And
oh, yeah, forget it. You're going to hold on to that thing for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I'm
Nobody's looking in Saugerties.
And you got a stipulation that they be cool. Forget it.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, exactly, it's a devil.
Now, people tell me by cool you mean white people. Is that true? You're a racist? Horrible racist?
That's basically what I'm saying.
What is it, Gary?
was reading an interview with Jimmy in Rolling Stone, and I thought he was insinuating that his parents were like sort of super protective.
Overly protective?
They were, yeah. Very
too much.
My grandfather was a cop from Brooklyn, so my mom had an overprotective childhood. So I think me and my sister weren't allowed. She was my best friend, and we weren't allowed to. We didn't have friends. We just kind of hung out with each other in the backyard.
As a result, are you very afraid of the world? Because you strike me as a guy, get on a plane, you'll go to California, you go here, you go there, you're sucking the world in.
I think I'm interested in that stuff. Because I didn't have that growing up. Like, I love to read Outside magazine.
Right.
Because I would never do half the stuff in this magazine.
See, a
guy crosses a crevasse.
I'm a very fearful person, so I don't go anywhere. Last night I went to dinner with a couple. They said, Howard, Beth, join us next weekend. Want to put you on our private plane. We're going to go to Paris together. We're going to have an incredible time. And they spelled out what we're going to be doing, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at my wife and go, oh, my God, Paris is a terrible place. And I don't want to.
How do I say no?
I mean, how do I say no to this? This is something everyone in the world should experience.
This is like an episode of The Bachelorette.
It sounds like filled with danger.
Yeah, because it's a private jet?
No, because it's just... I just want to be
foreign
home.
land.
Yeah, I just want to be home with my dog, and
Yeah, it's I like going home.
Yeah, you like that too?
I like going home. I know my wife. I know she's gonna be like,
right. Yeah.
We watch the same things. We eat the same stuff.
Yeah, I got my food.
I got my routine. I barely have enough time to relax. So when I get home,
it sounded like a nightmare to me.
No, it's just too much work.
Too much work.
Because you got to reinvent. You got to relive. You go, I don't know how to live here.
But a normal person would never turn. Like Robin would be on that plane tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I mean, a private jet, and this guy's top of the line, and they got rooms and the whole thing.
I can't be bothered.
Yeah, me too.
It just
doesn't interest me.
Doesn't interest me. I'd rather, seriously, I've heard you say this on the show, but I'd rather sit and stare at a wall.
Yeah.
And just stare at nothing. Just sit there and go like, this is fantastic.
You know what excites me? And this is the sickest fucking thing in the world. You know what I'm doing on, I think it's Thursday or Friday. I forget. I have a coach coming to my house to teach me how to organize.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about this.
My wife would freak out.
She
loves to organize.
I'm excited about this. We're going to come up with little folders and what to put things in.
I try to get...
I have her booked for the whole day, this person.
I tried to get a closet organizer, and she was booked.
No, I'm all set, man.
What job is this?
I would rather do that than go to Paris on a private jet.
I just want to make sure it's all figured out.
Right.
Yeah. I have no time. Yeah, I just want to do that stuff and to make sure it's all figured out. Then I just don't want to... Also, I don't want to bother anybody or just
all of your impressions and all of the things that you've absorbed, what were they, through television and sitting at home in your home? Yeah, everything happened. Me too. That's it. I just watch TV and you learn the world.
TV and radio, and I just grew up with that. My dad would love WCBS FM, and we're up in Saugerties where you don't really get that. So he would have me run wire through the whole house, like through the pipes and stuff.
Right.
I definitely am going to die of cancer. I know the whole house is like a microwave.
Did you ever try to be a legitimate musician? Because I feel when you do Neil Young, and I've heard you do Bruce Springsteen, all this stuff, that you have a good voice and you do have a certain charisma. But are you hiding behind the impressions? Are we ever going to hear you sing an original song that Jimmy Fallon can do? No way. You would, because why? Because all the comedians would laugh at you for trying that?
Well, I would just personally, I wouldn't want to hear it.
Have you ever sat down and written a song?
No.
Is that true?
One. A serious song?
A serious song.
Never in my life.
Why?
I'm not a poet.
But you had fantasies. I mean, no one's
I've written comedy songs. I'm not a poet.
When you were a young man, though, when did you learn guitar? You were a young guy and you were practicing guitar. You had a fantasy of being a rock star, yes?
Yeah, but I just imitated everybody.
That was it.
I just took a guitar and I imitated. I learned the song and I would imitate. I'd do Roy Orbison or
you could do Roy Orbison?
I could.
You can't do it now?
I don't think I could hit the notes. If probably a couple of drinks in me, I could scream crying.
What's the one musical impression you do that you have yet to show the public?
Gosh.
I've never heard you do Roy Orbison.
I mean, it wouldn't. I couldn't even do it. Yeah, I got to really be into it and belt it out.
What's your best impression? Is it Neil Young, you think?
I mean, Neil's probably the best. I mean, we did The Doors on the show. We did the Doors. I've never seen anyone do like Jim Morrison to be funny.
Yeah,
So
right.
we did the Doors singing the theme to Reading Rainbow.
I saw that one. That was good.
That went well. That was good. And we shot it like it was Ed Sullivan from 67 or whatever. It was pretty cool.
This show is the best venue for you. I mean, you don't have to sit there with those other fucking cast members from Saturday Night Live. It's your own
Sharing
thing.
time.
Yeah, you don't have to share time with them.
Fighting
you know what I mean? Think about it.
Spot.
It is really the dream job for you, I guess. Although it's
fantastic. It's great.
And you don't have to worry about like ratings versus this one or that one. It's
I'm on so late.
Are
it's
you
like,
dying to do the Tonight Show?
No,
that's the death. No, don't do it. I told you that. You'll know you're not going to have any fun anymore. They're going to knock you in the head every time the ratings dip.
Yeah,
They'll
I can't
drive
be
you
worried
crazy.
about that stuff.
What about Craig Ferguson? Are you friends with him?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, I'm friendly with him.
How can we be friends with everyone we're at war with?
It's like I don't know. Should I have more passion? And
I think maybe. I don't know.
You want to kill him?
No,
it
but
was a funny thing. Kimmel is he's just a smart guy. He's just funny. And this is a funny story. We were at the Emmy Awards, and the year before, I just hosted the Emmy Awards.
Right.
The year before. So the next Emmys come. They want me to present with Kimmel. I go, great.
Let's do it.
So let's go. So me and Kimmel work out a bit where we're going to fight over the envelope or something like that. And
I remember, yes.
Yeah. And we're about to go on, and he goes, hey, Jimmy, look at this. And he points at this rundown. It's on a computer screen, and it says, like, Jane Lynch opening, and then first envelope, J. Kimmel / J. Fafon. F-A-F-O-N. F-A-F-O-N. I just hosted the year before. I hosted the whole show.
What, they fire everyone?
Big thing.
Wow.
Great reviews.
Oh, my goodness.
J. Kimmel's like, J. Fafon. And I go, gosh, I wish I had my phone on me. I would take a picture of that and tweeted that out.
See, that's interesting that you can actually be friendly with him. I mean, he's one of this. I don't even know if I should talk about this. He sent me an email the other night. His girlfriend Molly is sitting on the toilet to pee, and he goes in with his phone and takes a picture and sends it to me. He goes, "You see, I can take pictures of my girlfriend like you do of Beth."
Oh my God!
She wrote me a note. She goes, "I'm going to kill him." She says, "I'm going to give back to the earth after I chop him up and throw him in the ocean." I mean, it's crazy.
I met her. She's fun.
Maybe we should put together a super group, all you guys together for one big show.
Like
Maybe that's
Rock and Roll Heaven?
Yeah, it's sort of weird that you're all on almost at the same time, or it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I think it'd be fun. It'd be great if was Kimmel? No, he was never 12:30. He was always 12.
He's always.
Was he 11:30?
No, they won't put him on
12:15 or something.
I said put you on 11:30 with that stupid nightline.
We're 12:37.
Remember, he just got 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's got to bug up his ass. He wants to get on at 11:30. I said, what do you care? It's so great.
We're on 12:37. I want to be on at 12:36. Does it matter?
12:36 is going to change everything.
I mean, does it matter if I'm on at 12:41?
He's got all kinds of theories. If you get on a little bit early, then your ratings and blah blah blah. He's got the whole thing figured out.
But then what happens?
You don't check the ratings.
I don't care.
You
then
don't
what
care.
happens? So what if we had an amazing rating?
Right.
Now we got to book, the magician every week?
Was Obama really a great guest, or is it just the idea of Obama? When he actually comes on, it can be boring, yes?
I don't know. I thought it was fantastic.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was great.
But do you have to be different with him than he's the president, so
Right.
you got to be respectful.
I'm respectful, but I don't change. I'm the same with anyone.
Right, but he got up and sang with you. That was exciting, right?
He did slow down the news, and when you have the president on the show, they go, he wants to meet you alone. He doesn't want to meet you with an assistant or a stage manager.
Oh.
When the president arrives, you should greet him.
Now, the president goes to like a dressing room like I do when I do your show. Is that where you put him?
Yes, but I was in the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. So it was
I
a
see.
special deal.
And does the Secret Service go in and check everything in the room? They have to do a sweep, right?
They do a sweep like weeks before.
Yeah,
then
right.
they do it that day. Like the writers had to bring in all their laptops or whatever they wanted that morning before 9 in the morning, then leave.
And Obama...
Did they bring dogs in to sniff you, or do they leave
That had nothing to do with the president, but yes, I do that before every
He's
show.
always sniffed. People just love it.
Yeah, yeah.
And dogs love it. But the president says rather than have my Secret Service in the room with me, rather than have an assistant with me, I want to be alone with you.
Yeah, I just want to I want to be greeted alone so I can say hi alone.
Wow. What do you think's up with that? Like, why?
I think it's a protocol thing, a respect thing, I guess.
Now, are they nervous you might go berserk and beat up the president or get it? I mean, like, seriously.
Maybe it makes it a bigger deal. I don't know. Maybe it makes it like it's official.
Who tells you that the president wants to be alone with you?
10 people.
10 people?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, this is very, very...
We can't go with you. I go, can my wife go? No, she stays in a separate... She stays 40 feet away or something like that. And all these people, like, you have to go alone. And then...
Maybe Obama wanted to know if you were gay and he didn't want to embarrass you.
Yeah,
by,
maybe he's friends with Josh.
You bang your wife many times a week, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Do you?
You just stuck that one in.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you can't. We're talking about the president.
Talking about the president.
Oh, sorry. Right. The president. Oh, yeah, sure. No, I'm trying to prove you're not gay. If anybody, lest anybody think that.
No,
right.
I'm not. I'm not gay, I would tell you.
All right. All right.
But I tell my wife first.
All right.
But the... what happened was they go, you have to meet the president by yourself. So I said, okay. So I had one of those signs printed out that the limousine drivers carry at the airport.
With your name?
Yeah, it was President Obama on it. And the limousine waving at him.
But are you nervous that you're going to go in there alone?
Yeah.
I would be. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird in a way.
Because I don't know what happens. What if he says, like, I'm going to announce World War III?
Right. So you walk in.
So he comes out, I go, I was waving, I did the joke, and I go, hi, I'm Marcus. I'm your escort tonight. You want a water or anything, let me know. He starts laughing. He goes, okay, this is going to be fun. We're going to slow jam the news. He goes, where's your wife, Nancy? He knows exactly what's
right. They've briefed him.
He's been briefed.
So he goes.
I met you 50 times. I don't know your wife.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So he goes. How are you? And she's mesmerized, looking at him. And he's so charming. He's presidential.
Yes.
And so you feel confident. There's all dudes around him. And he goes, all right, let's rehearse the sketch. I go, no, this is Slow Jam the News. He goes, no, I know the sketch. I've seen it. Seen it with Brian Williams. I couldn't slow jam. I go, okay. So we go over and we look at the sketch from rehearsal on a laptop, and it goes well. And we didn't have to change much. We knew how far we can go.
Right.
As the president. So at the end, Brian Williams usually goes like, "Oh yeah." It's basically just reading the news, but in an R&B type of sexy thing. Yeah. So at the end, Brian Williams goes, "Oh yeah." So President Obama was rehearsing. He goes, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
I go, come on, oh yeah. I go, can't you give me a little? He goes, no, I can't.
That's
I go, just give me a little spice on the end, like, give me that's And he's like laughing. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. But then live on the show, he did the whole thing. He goes, oh yeah, and then he takes the mic, holds it out, and drops it like Eminem in 8 Mile.
He's all done.
And then we go to commercial break, and he goes, did you see how I dropped the mic? I go, yeah, it was unbelievable. It was hilarious. He goes, I improvised that.
He's an entertainer.
It was pretty cute. Yeah.
I just came up with that.
So maybe I'm missing it. It seems like your wife was in the room with you when you.
She was 40 feet away or something.
I see.
She was in the next room.
You got to call her in.
And all you got to talk about privately was Slow Jam. There was no
secret.
Nothing.
No.
You didn't ask him anything sort of like you've always fantasized asking him about.
Asking the president about. No. Yeah. Well, that's why I called you. I asked your question.
I was so proud of myself, and this shows that I've matured. I want to compliment myself right now in this portion of the
interview.
Yeah,
what advice did you give?
Jimmy asked me to give him advice about interviewing them. He said, and Jimmy was very nice. He goes, "You're a very good interviewer. What would you do if you asked the president?" And I was joking around in your show, but I
do exactly. But you gave me a real good question.
Yeah, and I wrote down, and I'm not kidding. I said to my wife, "Why should I help Jimmy? What if he has a great..." He goes, "I'm looking for a great moment." I go, "If Jimmy has a great moment,
what do I get?
What do I get out of that?"
Right.
And like,
Jimmy
who wants him becoming...
prospers from that, and you get nothing.
Because I'm the opposite of Jimmy. I don't think about other people doing well. I don't like when other people do well.
Yeah.
And then I said, that's what my psychiatrist's been talking about. It doesn't take anything away from me. It's an honor that Jimmy would ask me this. So I said, I'm going to overcome the shit inside of me, and I'm going to write Jimmy this note.
You're going to really think about that.
And then I started writing questions, and I sent them to Jimmy. And then all of a sudden I had more questions. I said to my wife, maybe I'm going overboard with all these questions that I would ask the president. I mean, I'm being too helpful. But then I said, you know what? Again, I'm going to send Jimmy all of the questions. And I did. And I don't know that you used any.
I did. I used one. I asked him. It was a great question. I said, "Do you eventually?" Because they didn't announce Mitt Romney yet,
right?
But basically, it's in the bag. So I go, "Well, you're probably going to be running against Mitt Romney. Do you know him?"
Right.
And because now you're going to have to run against him, you're going to have to be doing the anti-Romney ads, attack ads, and do you know the guy?
Yeah. Do you like him personally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, well.
And I'll grind him into dirt.
Yeah. He goes, well, we're not friends.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great question?
It's a great question.
Look at that answer.
Opened him right up.
That was my moment.
Listen, ignore my questions.
No.
Never ask me again. No, whatever.
I like that because that's a smart thing. That's what I would want. I would not think to ask that. I was actually
very honored that you asked me that. Now, listen, Jimmy's new record. He wants to sell the album. He's got.
He needs to. Now, QVC, is that the place where you go to sell albums?
No, you come here.
You move
yeah,
a lot
I don't
of
think
albums?
so. No. I don't know. I don't think so. I just figured I see QVC. I see it's like when I'm flipping the stations. I go, this is a thing. People are doing this
on the album. Now, Paul McCartney is on the album because he performed with you on the show.
Yeah.
He performed Scrambled Eggs. Those are the original lyrics that he had for
yesterday.
For yesterday.
Yeah.
When he was writing
Scrambled
yesterday,
eggs. Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, he didn't have lyrics yet, so he just put the word scrambled eggs in there.
Wow.
So what is on there? You performing Scrambled Eggs with him?
So here's what happened. I go up to Paul McCartney. He's in. He's doing Saturday Night Live.
Right.
I go in for the pre-interview.
Right.
And he's the nicest human. He's nice to everybody.
Right.
So I go, hey Paul. He goes, hey Jimmy. How are you? I go, good. I go, we're gonna do this interview. He goes, yeah, we'll have a quick chat. It'll be a great chat, And I go, do you want to do? I wrote a sketch. He goes, I'd rather not. Just rather do a chat. I don't want to do a sketch. We'll just do a chat. So he didn't even listen to it. I go, well, this is it's just one of the writers wrote out. The lyrics to Scrambled Eggs. He goes, I'd rather just, have a quick, fun chat, we'll talk. And I go, and then someone's pushing me out of the room, and I start going, Scrambled Eggs. Oh, my lady, how I love your legs. I go, that was the original lyrics.
Right.
And he goes, of course I know, I wrote it. And I go, can I just do it for you? So I do Scrambled Eggs. Oh, my lady, how I love your legs. But not as much as I love scrambled eggs. Oh, have you tried scrambled eggs? Cut to his head is like over my shoulder reading the lyrics. He's like, waffle fries. Oh my! And he's really into it and laughing. He's like, all right, I'll do it. He goes, but I want you to do it with me.
Right.
And that's when you go, what is going on?
So you have to seduce these guests.
But I didn't even want it. I didn't pitch it as a duet.
Did you have fun doing it?
It was amazing. He was my idol growing up.
Of course. Can you imagine getting to do a song with Paul McCartney? It's unbelievable.
It doesn't make any sense.
What is his relationship with musicians? Because Springsteen will come on and do a week. And,
Springsteen won't talk to me. Thinks I'm a scumbag.
He does?
I don't know. I saw him at a party. I met him at a party.
He was
very nice to me. But
he's fun. A lot of these guys just want to come in and have a good time, and they just want to trust you that you're just going to.
No one trusts me. At least you do.
That's what it is.
You were about to do something. What were you going to do with your guitar? You were going to do Neil Young?
I don't care. I mean, I could do whatever. I could show you the difference between Neil Young and Bob Dylan.
Show me the difference between I love when you do this stuff. All right, go ahead.
So Neil Young, this is Neil Young. Neil Young, when he plays the harmonica, it's more of like a melody when Neil plays. So that's basically Neil Young.
I was on your show one night when you were doing some impression. I don't remember what it is, but I was so bummed because that meant you had to stop down and take like 20 minutes to get into your makeup. And I go, oh, get me the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry about that.
Jimmy's doing an impression, and that means I got to be here 20 minutes longer.
I had to change. Yeah, I did Bob Dylan then.
That you did Bob Dylan. Now, what is the difference between Neil Young and Bob Dylan?
I think Bob Dylan, when he plays the harmonica, he just hits the highest note on the harmonica and just blows the shit out of it.
Right.
That's all he does.
Same technique.
So like, Yeah, so Bob Dylan comes on our show and he does the song, and he plays the harmonica. It's just the highest and the loudest.
You see, now that's a great observation. Bob Dylan, you look like your head's going to blow off when you're blowing into that. No, but I mean, it's fantastic because it's true. I never realized Bob Dylan just blows into that fucking thing like it's like a breathalyzer.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the harmonica becomes funny.
But and Bob Dylan, the impression you do morphed over the years. You're like Bob Dylan now. You can't understand a word he says.
You might as well not even see him in concert.
Right. There was a time that you could sort of hear him articulate the words, but now it's like.
I'd rather see a cover band sometimes. You see these new bands, you go, yeah, I know it's the original guy, but what is he doing?
He's trying to give a performance where it's a different kind of sound. He wants to do something new and original, but you're like, just do the goddamn
song.
Don't
you want it to sound like the record?
Right.
That's what you kind of want, right?
Yeah.
Now and then he does do that, and like, because he'll be like, how does it feel?
Right.
And you go, oh, I love this song.
I didn't know you were doing that one.
It's a great song. It's my favorite.
Do you ever hear from these guys? I mean, I know Neil Young came on the show, but Bob Dylan has not been on the show.
No, Neil came to the show with Peggy Young.
Okay.
And he just came, and he's a shy guy. He's a really, really nice guy, but he's very shy, and he had the hat on, and he goes, I go, hey, Neil, and he goes, Pants on the Ground was my biggest hit in 25 years. Oh, okay.
Well, way to speak up, dude.
Yeah, that's cool for him to say that. I was like, and so he's into it. We had to run it through Bowie if we wanted, because we did the Tim Tebow.
Yes.
It's Tim Tebow and David Bowie meshed and became one human.
How much do you love Bowie? Like you seem to love the ones. I love Neil Young. I love Bowie. I talk about Bowie.
Dylan, I love the Doors. I love all those guys.
Bowie's another guy. He's morphed into like 30 different guys because when he used to do Starman and when he was Ziggy Stardust, it was a la, la, la.
Yeah, higher voice.
Right.
Now, then he goes down. Now he just does kind of that type of thing, and yeah, like Elvis Costello's changed too.
He has.
Well, Elvis Costello used to start off, he'd be like, you know, and then now Elvis Costello's like, he's a different guy now. It's great.
Is it possible for you to listen to music without wanting to do an impression of a guy? Can you sit back and enjoy music, or do you just start to obsess on, I've got to learn how to do that?
No, I love music.
You do? And do you like new musicians, or are you mired in the McCartney and the Neil Young and Springsteen?
No, I like new music too.
You do?
Yeah, I think Fun has a great new song out. Well, it's not even new anymore, but Gautier, that song is great.
What's that song?
Somebody that I used to know.
See, you're more in the music scene than I've started giving up.
Oh, he's like, no, it's a great song. He's like, I think it might be the #1 song, and it's like he goes like, basically like you didn't have to treat me so bad. You had your friends collect your records, then you change your number, and like now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Do you like rap music?
I like rap music. Okay, I feel like it's getting kind of old for me.
When the Roots, you had Michelle Obama on the show. And that, not Michelle Obama, Michelle Bachmann.
Yes.
And so this is some sort of controversy. You're not known for generating controversy, but someone decided to play Lion Bitch or something. I don't even know this song.
No, I don't think anyone knows this song.
And no one knows this song. Somebody decided to play Lying Bitch. I don't know. Is that the name of the song, Lying Bitch? So do you have to go apologize? I know you made an apology to Michelle Bachmann because you felt bad. Like that's a dirty blow. That's something you would not do.
I would not do.
So someone in your band decides what song is going to be played when they walk out.
Yeah.
So you're not in on that decision.
I am now.
Yes. After that is when you became someone who had to get in on that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that upset you.
Well, it was just like, I don't understand. I didn't even know the song. I don't think anyone knows the song.
So did the guys come to you and say, hey, we're sorry we did
They go,
that?
yeah, well, it's like, what are you going to do? We tried to do some sneaky thing, just tried to do a little joke.
Right.
You know, we didn't think it'd be a big deal.
Because no one knows that song.
No one knows the song. They don't really even know her. They don't mean it. They don't know.
And you're the nicest guy in the world, at least it seems to me. But, I mean, do you have to go chastise the band? Do you have to say, hey, you motherfuckers fucked me over? I mean, there's never any moment
You think
like
he's a tyrant when he's...
Yeah, maybe he is. A lot of these guys are. You know?
No. I just said, like, dude, come on. What are you doing?
Straighten this out. So now you're part of picking that.
Yeah, well, I'm not part of picking it, but they have to just clear them through us now.
Have you ever fired anyone?
Yeah.
You have to fire writers and things like that?
Yeah, we fired a lot of people.
And you do it personally?
No, but it's just, I think what it is, we just kind of, it's such, we kind of know, everyone knows.
I can't fire anyone.
I can't do it.
No.
But that's why we have producers. And
what do you do if you have a writer and he's got a wife and a family? And all that? I mean, what do you do?
Look, you just got to do your job. You won't get fired.
Yeah. Fred, I got to say it to you.
No. Fred, no, sorry.
Saw that coming. Fred's here for life.
Yeah.
Benji, I don't know about, but Fred is here. No, Benji, you're here too. So let's plug the album. Let's really get people motivated to get this album so that you can make like 3 cents.
I appreciate it. Yeah. It's a good record. It's got a lot of guest stars on it.
Jimmy's new album, Blow Your Pants Off, is in stores now. Let's talk about some of the guest stars. We have McCartney.
Yes.
We have
Bruce Springsteen.
Yep,
singing "Whip My Hair." We have Justin Timberlake.
That was a great moment. That "Whip My Hair."
Whip my hair back and
Whip
forth.
my hair.
That was
back
crazy.
And forth.
And
That was
the
crazy.
fact that he did that was so cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
It was amazing, and it was like we put the wig on him and the hat and the glasses and the beard. Like it was Bruce's idea to dress as 70s Bruce.
And don't you think before you ask him that he's just going to go, no, I don't want to do that. It's not, I'm a serious musician kind of thing.
I didn't ask him. So I asked him to do the duet, but then he goes, maybe I should do like a 70s Bruce. I go, yeah. You're going to get it? Would you wear like a costume? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, because he had the hat on like he used to wear.
He brought his own sunglasses from the Born to Run tour.
Yeah, he looked like the 70s Bruce.
People thought it was fake. People thought it was like a writer imitating or a lookalike.
And that's a big deal when you get a Bruce Springsteen
Bruce
to do something like
doing
that.
this, and it was amazing, and he killed it.
And it gives you credibility.
I called, so I said, do you want to sing the Neil Young version of "Whip My Hair"? And he goes, yeah, I'm not familiar with that song.
Somehow I knew that.
So I sent him the thing, and I sent him our version of it, and he goes, I love it. It's good. It's great. I love it.
Do you send, when a guy like Bruce Springsteen agrees to do a bit like that, do you send him a gift afterwards? Do you have something? Do you call him? What do you,
A painting.
You sent them a painting?
No, I'm just kidding.
No. Was it a painting of Drew Barrymore and her husband?
Yeah, exactly.
You just re-roll those out?
Re-roll the same one out.
Right.
I don't give him a gift.
Right. Why give him a gift? Fuck him.
Well, I mean, I don't want to fuck him. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, why? I think I don't know.
That's right. Okay, I'm just curious how you run the show. And
should
and should you?
Yeah.
Yes. I think you should send him a gift.
I should.
Yeah, I wouldn't send him one, but you should. You're a nice guy. I'm not.
But like, what is a good gift? I don't want to send somebody like wine or something, right?
A bottle of. What about a sweater? A sweater. Send him a sweater. I don't know. Justin Timberlake is on the album.
We do the history of rap. That's one of the songs on the record that cost the most because we had to clear like 15 rap songs.
And the book Thank You Notes 2 is Thank You Notes did very well.
Yeah,
was a
great.
bestseller.
Yeah, number 2 did good too.
And Thank You Notes is the bit you do on your show. It's a funny bit that you do, and you put it in book form.
Yeah.
And now you have Thank You Notes too.
Yeah, so you can read the jokes at home, and this one's got like a thing in it, so it plays the piano that the Roots play during the bit, so it's fun.
And the book is a good idea because it gets people out there that are thinking about you, and you reach a broader audience.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems that all of these outside projects are to get people's attention as opposed to make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what it is, because I'm on so late. It's like...
Jimmy wants attention.
I really need...
He needs attention.
Yeah.
Do you get enough attention now? Because you are a guy who needs attention.
Oh, my gosh, I get too much attention.
Yeah, and you go home and you just sit there and you wait for the next show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not a sad sack like Letterman. You don't sit there and...
No.
And your hobby isn't working on cars like Jay Leno.
I can't get into cars.
Not,
you know, it's funny. I was talking to Jay Leno, and I know you don't like him, so I won't talk about that.
No,
much,
talk about him. Go ahead.
But because I was thinking about getting a vintage car.
Were you?
Well, I got a place out in the Hamptons.
Right.
And I should get a convertible and drive around and be a cool guy.
Right. All of them drive around.
Yeah, and these cool cars, vintage cars. So I go, what do you so I'm really researching this. I look into it, and I'm just not a car guy.
Right.
I'm awful.
I could
Awful
care
driver.
less.
I could care less. And I'm not a good driver. I just want airbags.
And if you drive around in a vintage car, everyone's going to notice you, and you're going to look like a big douchebag.
You're a real jerk.
Right,
And that's, but I just don't know what I'm. Also, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I go, Jay, what do you think about this? Should I get a Porsche 60-something Porsche? He goes, I mean, do you like cars? I go, not really. I mean, I don't really like cars. He goes, then don't get a car.
Right.
He goes, get a truck.
Yeah.
I go, I don't even know if I like trucks. I got nothing to put in the back of it or whatever.
Right.
He's like, he goes, here's the thing. He goes, I love cars.
Right.
If it breaks down, that makes me happy because I want to fix it and see how it works.
Right.
That interests me.
Right.
I go, oh, that would never interest me.
Yeah,
I would give it to somebody and I'd have them fix it for me.
If you want to go retro, get like the Amish have a horse and a carriage, and you drive around the Hamptons in that, and everyone will love it. The buggy and horse.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But you need a hobby. That's what it is. You need a hobby. Like I'm into photography. I'm a photographer.
You still into that?
Oh yeah, big time.
Because I remember you were getting into it.
Oh
with the Beckham day.
Yeah, big time.
You do. So you know aperture.
Aperture, of course.
That's a big word.
That's right. I've heard of that.
That's where it loses me when I get a camera.
No, I like it. I like the sort of the mathematics of
no,
it.
Yeah. Oh, no. I get out of it. I go, I don't know, aperture.
Yeah, you need a hobby. That's all. Because you're not busy enough. All right. And when are you having children?
I'll get into that. I got to talk to Josh.
Are you going to have kids?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
You think you'll be a good dad?
Yeah.
I think you'll be a good dad.
I think I'd be fun, Dad.
Will you lock the kids up in the house and not let them out like you were raised?
Yeah, they're not allowed to leave.
No, okay. All right, listen. Everybody, excuse me. Everybody loves Jimmy Fallon. He does it all. He does bits. He interviews. He tells jokes.
Yeah.
Whatever you want from him, he'll do.
He tap dances.
And the Bee Gees guy died. He was on my show. He was a great guy. Robin
talented.
All the good guys.
Oh, who's the good harmonies out there now? Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
No, yeah, but nobody does harmonies anymore.
No.
They don't make records like that
Bee Gees
anymore.
are just amazing.
Amazing.
The Beach Boys had great harmonies.
They did. But Robin Gibb was one of the greatest guests I ever had on my show. He came in with his wife. They were swingers. And he would talk about threesomes with his wife. And the whole thing. Right, Robin?
Yes, he did. He opened up.
He came in told he had like 10 jokes ready to go.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Because we did Justin and I did the Gibb brothers on Saturday Night Live. And
that's tough to do, right?
With Barry Gibb?
Yeah.
It's okay. I love them, so I think it's just me singing.
What is it?
It's more like it's kind of like Aaron Neville. This is kind of the same impression, where it's like, look, the feel of cotton. You know, I don't know much, but I know I love you. It's almost like someone's taking the volume up and down. So Barry gets kind of like that. It's like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a great show tonight, and that's my favorite show. How's that? You know, it's like, why he would never talk like that in real life. So I did that, and so Justin we just made it so that him and his brother have a weird relationship and all that stuff. And it's a weird sketch, but they loved it.
Talented guy as you are, isn't it weird they never found the right movie for you, a movie career? There's certain guys like that. Dana Carvey's another guy like that.
I don't know what
all
you
the
do
impressions. Right? No one, Hollywood doesn't know what to do with you, right?
Yeah. There is no.
So maybe the talk show is the right place for you.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking this is the right move.
I think if I did a movie, they just cast me as a guy.
Right.
And that anyone could do that.
Yeah.
You just be a guy who dates somebody, and you break up, and then you go back out at the end.
Well, you're a tremendous talent, and I love having you here. Jimmy Fallon.
Always fun.
Get the record. It's out now. It's fun. New album, Blow Your Pants Off, is in stores now. It features many, many big stars. It's not just Jimmy. It's if you, I know what you're thinking. I don't want just Jimmy.
That's not
Why would
worth
I
it.
buy an album of Jimmy?
It's not worth it to just get me.
I see on that TV commercial all the time too.
Eddie Vedder,
Oh yeah,
which one?
for the bank card.
The
or
bank card or something.
Capital One, yeah,
Capital
yeah.
One. They must be paying you every time I say go ka-ching.
Yeah, no, they pay you up front for those things.
Oh, that's it.
So that's it. Every time it airs, it's up to this.
You're a spokesperson.
I mean, they play it nonstop.
I know, it's too much.
I mean, people know you from that more than from anything.
They do. I got a lot. I got a big old lady following.
Could you tell them stop playing it so much?
Yeah, but the baby steals it. The baby's cute.
Yeah. Jimmy's book, Thank You Notes, too. Check that out. It's in stores now. And like I say, get the album Blow Your Pants Off. What are you going to do? You going to go around signing albums and stuff? Are you going to?
There's no record stores anymore, so
there's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere for you to sign the album.
I don't. I mean,
Right.
I could sign it, but no one's going to be there.
No one will be there.
I don't know where to be. Barnes
you
and
can sit
Noble?
at home.
Best Buy?
Yeah, Best Buy maybe. Sit
I'm not
there.
going to go to a Best Buy.
Well, you're terrific, and I love when
do.
you come by. You know that.
Yeah, you're a good man. And I appreciate it. And hi to everybody here, and thanks for having me.
You don't
on.
have to say hi to everyone here. Just me.
That's it.
Yeah. No, just concentrate on
Just
me.
ignore the rest
all the
of
time.
Exactly. I will.
The great Jimmy Fallon. Where are you off to now? The Today Show or something like that?
I think so.
Oh, really? You're going to do that?
I think I'm doing like that. I'm doing some radio. I'm doing some Pierce Morgan, I think.
Oh, Piers.
I'm doing
Well,
Pierce, and I'm doing The View.
The View. All right, so you've got a busy schedule. You can't sit here all day.
I could, but
no, right.
I
I understand.
do.
All right, Jimmy Fallon,
I'd love
everybody.
Jimmy.
I gotta get out. Hey.
That was awesome, man.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's fun. I could do that for like 10 hours. I love it so much.
How do you do impressions rapid fire like that at 8 o'clock in the morning? I mean, you're probably barely awake at this
Coffee, caffeine. But it's fun. He gets, he knows how to do it. He's a pro. He gets it out of you. It's like he knows. He's just great. It's just it's a joy. It's just everyone's professional. They've done it now for so long. I think they know how to do it and how to get the best out of every guest.
So much was made about the fact that you're a nice guy and he's perceived as a mean guy and that no one trusts him. Why do you trust him?
Because I've just been on the show so many times that I just know I don't know. He's smart.
And
he's an intelligent man.
He started to do your show a lot, so there's like this mutual respect that goes on there. I mean,
he's just a good guy, and just like he's always, I don't know. I think he knows what I do, and so he doesn't need to push because there's no sense in pushing. I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway.
All right. Blow Your Pants Off. The new
Blow Your Pants
album.
Off. Pick it up. Blow Your Pants Off. It's got a lot of guest stars. It's good. It's a great record. It's fun. It's the summertime jam of the year, and it's going to blow your pants off.
Well, you blew the doors of the studio off today, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, man.
Perfect. That was great.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. On Monday's wrap-up show, we had sort of a Father's Day wrap-up in and of itself. Fred was there, Scott DePace was there, John Hind and his fathers. We talked about what it's like raising boys versus raising girls, coaching, all the craziness that goes on with being a father. Here's what happened.
During the news, there was a big debate over Father's Day. Howard talked about the card that he got for his dad. He didn't really pay attention to it. And then it was revealed that a lot of emails went around wishing everyone a happy Father's Day. And, of course, the debate came up, who's a good dad? And I was honored to be put in the category with Fred and Gary. But then Scott DePace's name was thrown into the mix. And I guess
such bullshit. Who makes these people the judge? They're not at my house. They don't know what a great dad I am.
Well, are you saying you're a great dad? Or are you saying Fred, Gary, and I aren't great dads?
I'm just saying the fact that someone can quantify the fact that you're a better dad than I, and they don't know either of our situations at home.
What makes
it's a ridiculous opinion.
What do you think makes a good dad?
I think someone who spends time with their kids, someone who, their kids obviously enjoy spending time with, someone who teaches their kids right from wrong, someone who, is there for their kids.
So do you believe that Fred and Gary and I do that?
I would have no idea.
I'm asking what you think, based on we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, I think you do, yeah. Except Gary probably gives them all those liberal opinions, but besides that.
So you missed the whole conversation, right? You came into it kind of late when your name was put out there.
Yeah.
You didn't miss much, really. Fred sent an email to Gary and I. We were emailing each other over Father's Day. Started wishing
queer.
Well, why is it queer for Fred to send an email like that?
Let's all congratulate each other on being dads. I mean, I don't know.
Are you upset that you weren't part of the email?
No. And I saw the one that
Doug Hurwitz sent?
Doug Hurwitz put up, like, congrats to all those dads out there. It's like, shut up. Just fucking go away.
Benji, I mean, you're not a dad, but what did you think of that? Did you think those emails were odd when they came in?
I said the same thing Scott did. It struck me as kind of effeminate. But, I mean, listen, if people feel that, it's nice. It's nice that you guys have your little, thing.
We're not the first ones who have ever done this. I mean, there's been billions and trillions of dads out there,
I think the sentiment is nice, but for a guy to tell another guy, like to my dad, I definitely say Happy Father's Day, and I love him and express that. But to a guy to say to another guy, the sentiment is nice, but it definitely seems kind of effeminate.
I think it's just saying, I think you're a good dad, and I'm a good dad too, basically.
That's
Here's
would you do that to anyone?
What, I responded to Fred's email?
But
sure.
would you instigate something like that?
Would I send an email like that?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I was happy to be a part of it, but no, I wouldn't send that out. What were you going to say, Scott?
A weird Father's Day question. So someone I know had one son who died, and I was leaving the golf course, and he said, "Hey, have a happy Father's Day." Do I say you too, or how do I?
I hope you're having a great Father's Day. And did you know his son?
I didn't, but I've heard all about him.
I'm sure you miss your son, and I'm sure it's a tough.
But
day
is he still a father?
I would have handled it with you too. Yeah, I would have said you too.
Yeah,
because
you too. Okay.
If heaven forbid, a child passes away, you remain their parent until you pass away.
You go, Happy Father's Day. Oops, forgot. Sorry.
I was like,
what did you do?
I just said
You
thanks.
didn't wish him a happy Father's Day?
He still has a kid living?
No,
they're all gone.
Well, chances are he has a father as well, so you're covered. He's someone's son, right?
Well, that's not. You don't say Happy Father's Day because you're someone's son.
I'm saying it could have worked for you either way if you got called on it for some reason. But yeah, I think you say you too there.
No. You definitely remember the son and that he lost his son or daughter at that point.
Are you enjoying coaching?
I love it. I mean, I must be loving it because I've done this spring. I did a spring travel team. I did my son's rec team, and I did my younger son's rec team.
Is it hard?
And now I'm doing summer travel.
Is it hard to play everyone equally? Don't you want to go for the win?
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. It's really tough making that lineup each week. And I found towards the end of the season, I started just sticking to my guns a little more and putting the guys that deserve to play certain places there.
And how old is the team? What grade?
They're 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders.
How did how did the parents feel, more importantly, when you started going for the wins and kind of sitting some of the kids?
I didn't hear any complaints. I think, we just had the team party. A number of them were there, and, everyone seemed to have a good time.
David in Iowa, you're on the wrap-up show. Hey, David.
Hey, hello. Hey, I was calling on the Father's Day thing. I have buddies of mine that have been friends for, years, and I think it'd be more effeminate, as you guys are saying, to avoid the subject on Father's Day when the day is set aside for, people who are fathers, than to wish them Happy Father's Day. Saying, fuck it, it doesn't exist is, I don't know, more emasculine than being a man and wishing a good friend of yours Happy Father's Day.
I would wish a good friend of mine Happy Father's Day if I saw him. I'd say, I saw a lot of dads, everyone says Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
And Fred going out of his way, I really do feel was different because him and John have a relationship on that level. But I think it's weird when, Sal's the king of this, and I'm surprised he didn't do this yesterday. Almost every holiday, Sal sends out a disingenuous mass text about Happy Mother's Day, may all your mothers be the greatest day, or Happy Father's Day, or Happy Flag Day, or Merry
But
Christmas.
it's written in that Sal vernacular, almost like a greeting card. Like you know what Sal's trying to do.
And I got about a half a dozen friends who do that. Like I got a buddy of mine who wished me Happy Father's Day yesterday via text, and I'm pretty sure he only sent it to me. But there's a lot of people who send out everyone in their book, and to me that completely dilutes it.
Yeah, it's just weird taking the time to type it out and doing all that stuff. I mean, if you see someone, that's one thing, but
yeah, but also to say Happy Father's Day. Maybe you say, "I hope you're having a good Father's Day."
Well, that's what I got. Yeah,
but to say Happy Father's Day
there's nothing wrong with that.
I think it is.
Why?
It just strikes me as a little too soft.
Should I have an unhappy Father's Day?
No, but to say to another man, Happy Father's Day.
Do you guys think Howard is offended when he's not included in sort of the who's a good dad conversations that we have?
Fred fell into that weird abyss that can happen on the show where you just don't see it coming because Howard goes, "Oh my God, Doug emailed me and I don't want to be bothered with that." And then Fred goes, "Yeah, I sent one to John and Gary." "Well, why didn't you include me?" And Fred goes, "Well, you already said you're annoyed." He goes, "Yeah, but you didn't know that yet."
No, but I think Fred went through it. It's it's that thing that Howard's like, well, why does anyone sit next to me? Because you probably you might enjoy him, you might like him, but there's a big risk that he's gonna next day on the air yell at you for sitting next to him.
I almost emailed Howard a couple of times yesterday, say, "Hope you're having a good Father's Day," and I felt that he would be annoyed by it.
You know him at this point, yeah.
Now joining us on Wrap Up Show is the other nominee for Dad of the Year or Best Dad of the Show.
I don't know about that.
Fred Norris. Fred, when
you guys have definitely cinched that up.
Well,
I'm merely an also-ran.
That's not true.
That's not true. You're being humble.
You really
I'm
are
the best dad. Stop with this.
What are you not the best at?
That's right.
But what you were telling a story during the break about, just tell real bit about the game ball because,
There's a game ball you give out to whatever player did a great play or whatever during the game. So I feel really bad about this, but I had all the kids lined up afterwards and I go, "And today's game ball goes out to," and I started pointing towards my son Kyle, and then I pulled it back and go, "No, Peter."
Oh, Jesus.
It was bad. I felt terrible.
I'm surprised he didn't attack you in the middle of the night with a bat.
And that's why you don't get the vote for Best Dad on the show.
Come on.
Torture your kid like that. But Fred, how did you think? Do you think Howard was offended that you didn't send him that email?
I don't think so. I think that's just him doing his thing that he normally does on there, which is, if he sees something that could be considered a weakness, he attacks. And job well done.
Well, Benji was saying how he thought it was kind of effeminate for you to send it in the first place.
That's a guy who goes to his girlfriend's gigs.
Yeah, we do gigs
and sings back up when he has no business being on the stage. You want to talk about effeminate? There you go. You're more of a girlfriend than you're a boyfriend.
I'm a great girlfriend. But no, I think there's something that it reminds me of, and I hate this. I assume you probably did you do this?
You're going with stereotypes, Benj.
Yeah, can I finish? It reminds me of guys that say,
I don't want you to finish.
we're pregnant.
It's going nowhere.
I hate when guys say we're pregnant.
No, I get that, but I don't see.
Did you say we're pregnant?
No,
I didn't.
Well, I applaud that you at least kept that part of your manhood.
Never said that, Benchy.
I applaud that.
A man with C+ breast is calling me effeminate.
Didn't Fred wear the baby Bjorn?
Never.
Didn't you say
no? I drew the line at that one too.
Absolutely not.
You can have my balls, but I'm not wearing the Bjorn.
Well, like I said,
that was brought up to me, and I said, no, I'm not wearing it. Sorry, it can't happen.
Right, I want to move on this over one other Father's Day thing, and then we're going to get to Mark Wahlberg, which is Howard talked about. He's like, hey, I raised 3 daughters. I went to the recitals. The difference between raising boys and raising girls, because you guys have boys and Fred and I have the girls, and it's really night and day.
Well, it is because Scott sort of touched on it a little bit. You can do some great things with your kids that they genuinely want to do, that you genuinely want to do. Meaning, like when I would say we're going to the Jet game today, there was mass excitement from everybody except for even Mary, because Mary stayed home without us. So you can't do that. You know what I mean? You have to go see Taylor Swift, and which, by the way, frighteningly, I think you're beginning to like. You get to go.
I've grown partial to Tay Tay. It's true.
They're not in One Direction, are they?
No.
Oh, you're lucky.
But you go to even when I remember when John's kids were younger. You know, Disney on Ice. All those boy band concerts,
dance recitals.
So Fred, you're going through that right now with One Direction, because I did it with like Hillary Duff.
By the way, if anybody has tickets out there for Madison Square Garden in December, I'm not going to be shameless about this. Give me some tickets.
See, and that I think is part of what makes a good dad, because you clearly don't want to go, and you're going for your kids because you want to see your kids enjoy it. And
well, it's they expect you're the father. You're supposed to participate. You don't just donate sperm and then walk away.
But Fred brings up an excellent point. I remember the moment where I decided whatever favors I had would no longer be used on me. They would be used on the kids. And
I don't even ask for favors.
And it was to get Barney tickets at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. Like I said, I know if I talk to the record company guy and I get to buy tickets to him, I can't go back in a month and ask for Springsteen tickets. That's a sacrifice I'm going to make.
But our kids are all worth it.
Hey,
so
Gary, will you ever, because you have your sons are 14 and 17?
Yeah.
Will you ever talk about a chick being hot?
No. I mean, I would never do that. I would never say, "Wow, that chick's hot." I mean, Lucas has pointed it out to me before.
And how does that get mentioned? You go does that? Dad, that chick looks interesting.
No, he's like, she's super pretty or something. He doesn't. I don't think he
say nice tits or anything.
No, he doesn't use the word hot.
All right, here's Father of the Year, Sal Governale. Sal, we were talking before about. I don't know if you were listening.
The sarcasm just bleeding through the walls.
By the way, are your kids circumcised?
Yes.
So they can't play What's in My Pouch.
They're not like you.
They can play with me, but I can't play with them.
The game ends with Sal.
Yeah.
What's that? He didn't want competition, I think.
I'm actually glad that they are circumcised.
Somebody commented on how, we were talking about what Doug Hurwitz sent out, that Father's Day thing, but a lot of times you'll send out messages on different holidays wishing everybody a happy whatever.
Right.
Almost every holiday.
Yeah, and then I stopped because I realized nobody gave a shit. It was pretty disgusting, to tell you the truth, when you send something out like that, and you just want to extend something nice and wish somebody well, and nobody even has the decency to write at least thank you back.
But
after a while, you're like, you know what?